Alright, stream it about, do your thing. Awesome. Let's go. Alright. I think we are good. I don't think there's anything I needed to do. Yeah, I should be good. Alright. Let's go! Bep and Conky, my fellow anime club members. We are back once again. It is that time of year. We only do this, what, 4 times a year? It's like one for every season or whatever. Oh boy, I have a lot of really interesting things to say this season because, man, it was a season. It was a season of all time, that's for sure. But yeah, make sure you got your. Actually, let me turn these lights on real quick. Make sure you got your water, your hydration, snacks in case because this one might take a bit, or not. Who knows? We might actually breeze through what we watch because. Yeah, I'll get to that. Anyways, let's just start. Yeah. All right. So first up, we have Dr. Amiku, MD, the Doctor Detective, aka Dr. House, but if it's an anime girl. It was pretty good so far. It's not over yet because they delayed the last 2 episodes for like they delayed it for like 2 weeks, and we barely hit episode 10. But so far, it's pretty good. Apparently, the medical diagnostics and stuff are pretty accurate. They're pretty good. They're not like they're not insanely accurate, but I saw Dr. Mike do a bit of a breakdown of the first 3 episodes, and he said they did a pretty good job. And so far, I am enjoying it. I like the whole mystery aspect, the whole detective part. It's interesting. So if you've seen Dr. House, you probably kind of get the same vibe, except the doctor isn't as kind of mean and narcissistic, and Dr. House in general. it's just her. Amiku is awesome, but yeah. So far, I'm really liking Amiku MD, and I would highly recommend that one. That one is probably one of the better ones of this season, to say the least. Anyways, I'm falling in love with you. Another one of those drama like school rom-com ones. Yeah, so I kind of dropped this one pretty fast. Like, it wasn't like annoying per se until it kind of like just, I don't know. It was just so meh. So I just dropped it, honestly. I can't really say much about it because I don't even remember. I know this one was supposed to take place during the pandemic, and that's what was gonna be like the big aspect of it. Until I kind of forgot about that and just kind of got bored. So I just stopped watching it, honestly, dude. Like, it wasn't anything different, but it wasn't like the boring stuff. Alright, Air Ferretta Season 3. Oof. Sorry, Air Ferretta, but I gotta roast you. Okay, so the first 2 seasons were pretty good. The second season was a little bit better than the first one. And then they decided to make a 3rd one. And boy, let me tell you, this part right here, the part with the stupid like last labyrinth or whatever with the ice caves, was probably some of the most boring and just overall dumb like plot that I've ever seen. For like the last 7 episodes, or I forgot, 5 episodes, each character had to go through like a trial where they would eventually basically like fight a inverted color version of themselves, right? Yeah, so they were all like the basically the Dark Hajime had darker skin, darker hair, and like the colors are pretty much inverted. So it was like from black to white, white to black. And jeez, dude, I just don't understand. The characters sometimes felt a little bit one-dimensional, right? And I'm like, bro, like, just get it over with. And then the next episode came and it's the same thing. Just a trial, and then a trial, and then 2 trials, and then 2 trials again. And it's like, bro, just end it, please. It's so bad. So yeah, it started really falling off after they liberated the rabbit people, like midway through the season, and then like they killed a bunch of like the whatever the people at the royal capital were, that capital specifically, that were having like demi-humans as slaves. They killed a bunch of people, and then they're like, all right, let's go look for the labyrinths and then do these trials, and they were so boring. And oh man, so you know how they don't even show the other characters, right? The other two dudes, because they're not important, because yeah. So everybody went through a trial except the dude with that's the melee fighter. He didn't really go through one. He just they kind of just forgot about him. And then the other hero guy, I forgot his name because he's so boring and annoying and I hate him the most. He basically turned bad. He turned against everybody because his evil, like, what do you call it? His evil self of the trial convinced them that Hajime had somehow made everybody, like, a slave in a way. He, like, brainwashed everybody. And I'm like, oh, dude, just kill this guy. Just get him out of the story. He's so bad. Overall, though, this one just fell off really hard. The other season I'd probably give like an 8. This one I'd probably give it like a 5. Just because of that last part. It was just infuriating. A terrified teacher at the ghoul school. Okay, so this was a continuation from last time. It was a 24 episode one. And sorry, I had to drop it. I just couldn't, dude. I just couldn't. Overall, like, every episode just kind of felt the same in a way. Like, you have the teacher, he's just doing, like, he's not even scared of anybody anymore, right? That was just the first, like, 5 episodes. He's kind of used to it by now. But then, like, every episode felt like, oh, we're gonna have, like, a plot that lasts, like, 3 episodes about a certain problem, and then the students are gonna overcome it, and he's gonna overcome it somehow, like, with his own powers. Like, there was nothing that felt too special after that. So, yeah, they didn't really introduce any new characters except, like, a few, but they were just there for, like, an episode or 2, but it mostly just focused on them, too. And sometimes the students. To the point where it's like, I kind of feel like they forgot about most of the other class, like, the rest of the class. And, honestly, it just kind of felt like it just dropped off. Big time. So, originally, I would have rated this, like, maybe, like, a 7.5. And it wasn't bad towards the end, but it just kind of got, like, tedious to watch. And if an anime is tedious to watch, just don't watch it. Just don't bother. Like, what's the point, right? So I'd probably give this last part like maybe a 6, because I just couldn't. The Ave Mujikai. So I did watch the first episode of this. Realized it was 3D. Realized I didn't really care about Bang Dream because it was a Bang Dream spinoff. So I dropped it. I didn't like the aesthetic of it, so I just dropped it. I mean, that's to be fair. I didn't watch the gay vampire anime because it's a gay vampire anime, and I don't like any of that, so I just dropped it. Bahaneko, the elf girl's cat is secretly an S-ranked monster. So this one is a reincarnation one. Fantasy. Not an isekai, but still fantasy. Where the little kitty here, was a person that died, and then he became a cat that was a big super monster, and he's like, yeah, that's my life now. And then elf girl, like, found him or whatever, and yeah. So this is just, not gonna lie, if you ignore everything about it, the story is okay. There's demons and a demon lord that they have to fight at one point because he came back or something. That's like the typical fantasy garbage that every single show has. They had ecchi, which was all right, you know. To be fair, like, these, you know, been watching anime as long as I have, like, the ecchi just kind of like, it numbs you, or it's just like, oh, cool. Just, at that point, just go watch hentai, you know. Why? Other than that, it was alright. When she wasn't really thirsting over the cat, because that did happen a few times, and she wasn't thirsting over the cat, and yeah, she was okay, but yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. It was your typical fantasy ecchi with reincarnation aspects. It was alright. I'll give it a 7, but other than that, I wouldn't really, it was anything major, you know. Okay, didn't watch any of this row. The Bogus Skill Fruit Master anime, which I'm not going to read the rest of the title because I don't care. I dropped this one very late into its cycle. I think it's 12 episodes, and I watched like 7 or 8 of those episodes fully. The last few I kind of just stopped in a way, but it's one of those like skill fantasy animes. You know, the ones that have been really popular these last few years. Oh, I have the worst skill, but I'm actually overpowered. That's literally every single title, right? I said I was gonna give it a shot, and I did. And then I started falling asleep halfway through, so I'm like, it's tedious, that's it, drop it. So I did. Honestly, there's like nothing to say about this, because the plot is just your typical fantasy plot, right? Where they have to level up, or they have to find something, or like a demon lord came back, or you know, some bad guy's doing something. It's very generic and boring, and that's why Frieren is the best fantasy anime to date, pretty much. So, I mean, to be fair, it wasn't as bad as the other ones, but I probably wouldn't give anything higher than a 6. Just absolute just monotony. Didn't watch the rest. This is all like ongoing stuff. Dr. Stone, Science Future. Oh, I look forward to this one every time it airs. I think it airs on Fridays or Thursdays. I know it airs on the weekdays. But out of all the seasons, I think I like the second season a little more. Or the first one because of all the like new problem solving. But this one, like every episode has had me like on edge. I'm like, dude, what's gonna happen next? And it's like a twist after twist after twist. Because they finally go to the new world, essentially. They go to America. And okay, this is gonna be a bit of a spoiler, right? But this is in the first like 2 episodes. In very American fashion, the first they land and they're literally greeted by gunfire. They get shot at in the first day that they get to America, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And we get a little bit of backstory about Senku a little more, and the new would be the villain. At this point, I honestly don't know what to expect. I wanted to go this way at one point, but then it's like, it's going to go this way, but then it's like, nope, it's this way. It's solid 9, because it's not as good as the other seasons yet. We'll see, but it's not over. I think it's got either 1 more episode or 2 more episodes. I'm not too sure how many, 12 episodes. And yeah, the last one airs in 3 days, so yeah, I'm on edge for that. But so far, that's probably gonna be the best one of the season. Even given the worthless appraisal class, I'm actually strong. It's like another your fantasy skill animes. So it sounded boring. It sounded dumb, and it is. But I watched the first 3 episodes, and it was pretty solid there. Like I'm like, okay, I'm liking where this is going. And then the quality just kind of dropped off after that, and then it just kind of became typical and boring. So I'm just like, oh, I haven't dropped it yet. I'm actually still watching it, and I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. At the point where they got the to her, I think was the point I kind of stopped paying attention, like 100%. Like my brain kind of shuts off a little bit, and yeah, it's look. I'm not gonna lie, the guy, while he looks generic and boring, believe it or not, he actually is very generic and boring. Your typical do-gooder protagonist, kind of self-insert, bit of a power fantasy and stuff, but it's not that bad. I'll give this one a 7.5 so far, because it's not over. I think it's got 1 more episode left, but so far I wouldn't really recommend it. It's okay. La Farmacia I was gonna watch, and then I realized it was basically just Fairy Tail. Yeah, so I don't like Fairy Tail because I hate the art style for some reason. Yeah, I didn't bother. I watched like the first 2 seconds, remembered, oh, it's this one, and then I dropped it. Okay, Flower and Azura. Ooh, so this one actually looked really good. And then it's like your typical school club one. And then I dropped it. You're gonna see a theme here that what I'm doing, right? I kind of did drop a lot of series this season, for good reasons though. So I feel like this one was trying to be a little bit. See, Japan does this thing where they'll have an anime about a club or like a certain thing, very random thing, that seems very monotonous and boring, and they'll make it like be like the coolest thing ever. Like they had the golf club anime. which I think had its second season this season, which I didn't watch. I didn't bother with it. Or like the Super Cub anime that was literally just about the girl riding her Super Cub. That actually was pretty good though, but not the point. The point is Japan's really good at taking something boring and monotonous and making it look cool. This is no exception. So the whole thing about this was it's like a AV club in a way, but it's more of the broadcasting club. So it's basically the people that do stuff on the loudspeakers, the megaphone, whatever the heck you call the thing on the school PA system. And they had this whole thing where everybody was like, they get really immersed when someone talks, and it's like, oh, they're so good at like reciting, and I'm like, nah, I just can't feel it. I really can't. Like, it's very rare that someone is that I'm really hooked like the way they do, the way they portray it when someone recites something or talks. It's very rare. You have to be really good and get my attention from the beginning, right? Not only for what you're talking about, but like your voice and your enunciation. But they made it seem like everybody was kind of like that. And, I just didn't feel it. Honestly, I just didn't feel it. You know, it wasn't bad, but I dropped it. It's just, nah. All right, you're from bureaucrat to villainess. That's been reincarnated. So it's your typical otome game isekai ones, where the guy is surrounded by that and blah blah. Okay, so this one had the typical twist where the villainess doesn't turn out to be the villainess because the person getting reincarnated as the villainess, in this case, the old man here, just decides not to, right? And I mean, I watched a good portion of it too, like around 6 episodes, 7 episodes. See, I always forget when I drop it. I just forget. And I've seen it before. This one is very hard to get to be like different about. I get it. You know, the last few villainess ones that I've watched have all been really the same, and this one was no exception. The only different one that I've seen, I think, in recent time was the Bacalina. That one was pretty good. The difference between this one though was that halfway through, it turns out that his daughter and his wife actually can see that he's in the game, and so they're trying to help him out in any way they can, and they're actually playing the game. So that's what was kind of different about it. Other than that, it was very, very just the same. It wasn't bad, but it was the same, you know. I don't think I've seen a single one of these where I've been like, that's cool, I like that, I like what they're doing, this is amazing. No, it's all been like, oh, okay, they're doing that again. So yeah, wouldn't recommend it. Probably a solid 7. Again, very just meh for the most part. Okay, Grisaya Phantom Trigger. Let me take a drink. Okay, so it's very rare that I'll have a solid opinion on an anime before I even watch it and before I even finish it, and keep that opinion through. So last time when we were here, I said this one's gonna be my personal heavy hitter for the season, because I do kind of like Grisaya. The first Fruits of Grisaya anime was pretty good in my opinion. I liked it. I don't think it was good for everyone else. A lot of people didn't really like it, but I did. I thought it was pretty solid, and I thought, we've been waiting for this one for a while. They've had 2 movies, one of which I did watch before this. The other one I kind of keep putting off. And yeah, the movie was pretty decent. It set up part of the some of the characters and stuff, so that I like that. So problem was, for some reason, it was just bad. Like the first 5, I haven't dropped it yet by that. I'm gonna finish this one, but for some reason, like the first, I want to say, was it first 7 or 6 episodes? The first 7 episodes are alright. The plot is okay. And then what really put Grisaya differently was the stories of the different characters. And then that's kind of how it, from their backstories, you kind of see how they are and stuff. The first one did a pretty good job, I'd say. This one was, for the most part, you saw her story, and her story, the sister, essentially. They're not really sisters, but they grew up together when they were orphans. Their backstory's okay. Their story's pretty good. I did like it. It makes sense. her backstory I don't remember too much. She was introduced between these two. Hers is okay. Chris's I don't even remember that much. And then we got the ninja and her sister's story. That's where you lost me. So I don't know why Japan. Okay, well I get it. It's a cultural thing, right? Japan loves to have their ninja samurai, cultural stuff weaved into their animes any way they can. Fair. But did they have to make it supernatural? Like really? Really? You got guns. You got guns, man. You know, that ninja stuff don't fly anymore, right? You try ninjutsu stuff, you're gonna get like a face full of 9mm or something, you know, or worse. And that whole part with their backstory lost me. I was just like, really? They're going this route? They have all this. They have everything else, and they decided they have a school where they have literally trained assassins. And they decided to throw in the supernatural stuff. Like, why, man? Why? Like, bro, really? Ugh. That did off-put me a little bit. Then Hayato, he's not here. For some reason, they didn't decide to include him in this. I guess because it's a dude, and dudes aren't good for marketing unless it's a gay vampire fantasy like that other anime. So he's the basically one of the more senior students. He's been around for a while. And funny enough, he uses a sword during all this, and it's just like, why? Anyways, so I don't know why they didn't include him on here. His backstory is okay. I did kind of understand why he did a lot of the things he did, but he's not like bad or anything. But for some reason, everything was okay at that point. I'm just like, okay, it'll get better, right? And then they went to a battlefield, like a literal battlefield, right? Not just missions fighting terrorists. They were fighting an actual war at this point. And I got lost even more. I'm like, they're literally sending kids on this battlefield. I get it that they're trained assassins and they're really good, right? But, really? And then, I don't know why, but like, the two sides, okay, so I talk about multicam a lot. And how I hate multicam because it just basically everybody's using multicam. It looks like garbage. It looks like vomit. Everybody uses it for some reason. So they decided to throw in two enemy factions that are fighting each other in, I don't even remember where. They don't even mention it. So they're fighting each other. And guess what both sides are wearing? They're wearing literally the equivalent of multicam. An anime version of multicam. And they're both using the exact same gear pretty much. You got a green Pazget helmet. You got your tunic, your BDU in multicam. You got their vest in multicam with no pouches pretty much. Which I don't get. I don't know why. I get it. I get that it's easier to draw a soldier without all his gear if he's only going to appear for a little bit and if he's going to appear a lot. But I feel like that detracts a lot from the immersion that some of these go for. Right? So you have your soldiers, you're with just a vest essentially. Also in multicam. And most of them had AKs, which I get. AK is very popular. There's a lot in circulation. The most popular assault rifle in the world. Well, rifle all fighters love, like Nick Cage said. But did you have to give both sides literally the exact same stuff? I was having a hard time figuring out who was shooting at who because they were literally wearing the exact same gear, right? With the exact same guns and the exact same dude. And then at one point, we switch perspective to a kid that lives. I feel like they kind of lost where they were, because they're supposed to be in this mountain in the middle of like a field, and that's where a lot of these people live that they're fighting. They're fighting the government or whatever. See, none of this was explained. That's what threw me off. And that they're using child soldiers as well. They're like a cult at one point. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But this kid, in like one episode, he gets shot in the head. You see the bullet go through the helmet. You see blood. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I have like the Mandela effect. He gets shot in the head. You see the bullet hole on the helmet, right? This is a Pazgat helmet. Those are made of Kevlar. I know because I have 3 of them sitting on my shelf. I know what a Pazgat is. I've seen these things get shot before, right? If the bullet goes through, then I mean you're kind of dead. And then the next episode, he's alive. And I'm like, dude, you lost me. Like, what the heck? And I don't know, the plot after that just kind of went downhill very fast, and I don't like it. And it turns out that the bad guy that they're facing, that's kind of in charge of all this, whose motivation I still don't understand. I think he was because of revenge against his government, but I just don't know, man. I don't know. He knew basically the teacher, not the teacher, the principal, and like their group. They have a group that they're kind of like retired. It's their group and some of the other people that were there before. They were Phantom Trigger. That was what they were called before. Now they're called Hollow. But they were part of that, and then he betrayed him for whatever reason. It was pretty freaking stupid. But yeah, I'm losing the story so much right now that it's like I would not even recommend this. So yeah, it's hard to admit that I was wrong, but I guess it wasn't for everybody, and then it just turned out it wasn't for anybody at all because the story was just so bad. But yeah, I'm gonna continue it, but I would not recommend it, and I'm pretty pissed. All right, headhunted to another world, Sailor Man to Big 4. Okay, so this one is your typical fantasy isekai reincarnation, blah, 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 with your typical Saito-looking salaryman guy, because for some reason they all look like this. So I like this one because his being a salaryman actually worked in his favor, right? Not like the high school kid that dies by a isekai truck, reincarnates in a different isekai world, and he's like suddenly the greatest swordsman of all time for whatever reason because he got OP skills. In this one, you don't have OP skills. The dude just knows how to do stuff related to accounting and negotiating and all this. Because, well, he was pretty good at it before, and, well, he used those skills, and it worked, and it was pretty good. Other than that, I wouldn't say it was actually pretty typical, because it really wasn't. It was a little bit different. It still suffers from the fact that it's a fantasy isekai, right? I can't really give anything higher than an 8 essentially because of that, really. If it wasn't fantasy isekai, it is something different maybe, but overall it was meh because of that. But it was good. Wouldn't recommend though, but it was pretty good. Head Start Bro, I already talked about that. Wasn't gonna watch it because it's trash. Honey Lemon Soda, Your Romance School by JC Staff. So I said I was going to watch it even though I didn't like the art style too much because it reminded me of Orange, and I hate Orange because Orange sucks, and I don't know why people like that. And to be fair, I thought I was going to finish this one, and then I didn't. I did end up dropping this one halfway through. This one actually was like 5 episodes and 6 episodes. Because I just didn't like the relationship they had, right? She was a bit of a timid girl and stuff, and then started slowly warming up, and then people bullied her, and then people didn't bully her because they kind of like, they got to know her a little better. That I understand. That I've seen anime do pretty good. This one did it pretty well. I just don't like that guy. I just really don't like the guy. I don't really see what she sees in him. And he's just some normal, dumb, pretty boy. Like, yeah, he comforted her and stuff, but he didn't really say anything that, you know, stood out. It's like anybody could have said that, right? My pet rock probably could have said the same thing to me, and you don't see me falling in love with that, you know. But I get it. It's anime. It's supposed to have some sort of plot drive, like something that drives the plot. But I just didn't like it. It was just boring. Not boring. It was just like meh to me. So yeah, dropped it. Wouldn't recommend it. You want to see good romance? Well, here you go. Office romances for some reason have started becoming popular in these past few years. And I don't think I've seen a single one where I'm just like, that's dumb, boring. I'm just gonna like drop it, because for some reason they'll have a little bit of a spice. And this one's whole spice was that they're in an office romance, but they want to keep it a secret for like the sake of professionalism. That I understand. Probably because I've grown up more since watching anime, right? Where I can relate to it more nowadays because of like the grown up world essentially. Even though I don't like the grown up world too much. But the relationship is so freaking adorable. Like they're not utter dorks because they're professional office people, but when people are in love, they're kind of dumb. They get dumbed down a little bit, and I get it. And they do kind of do that sometimes. And yes, my dude did smash like every other episode, and yes, this dude did smash, and it was pretty good. Like they don't show it, but like good on my guy for actually, you know, doing that. There was also like a bit of a side plot between these two, and not gonna lie, I was a little bit more interested in them too, and I kind of liked it. So yeah, they had a little bit of side plot going. They didn't really get together, but they became more friendly in the end. And yeah, it was pretty good. I like my office romances. They're okay, even though I hate The Office. Not the series The Office, like the actual like setting of The Office, like being working there. I've never worked there, but not the point. But yeah, I would recommend if you're into romance, especially the working class romance. I would highly recommend this one. Probably give it a 9. Pretty good. I left my A rank crap to do crap with my crap. Yes. So yeah, I mean, from the title you can already see how this is gonna go. So I was watching this one a good way through. I thought it wasn't that bad. And then it had the party dynamic, right? For some reason, this is also a trope. The party dynamic is also a trope. And you have your main character leaves his his party because he got kicked out or whatever. He joins a different one or makes a smaller one, right, out of the underdogs, and they become good. And then the other party either wants him back or they like give him crap for it or something, and they end up fighting. Guess what? All that happened, and it was so boring. They did nothing different apart from the fact that they could live stream and there's video. Somehow they never explained that. But other than that, it was your typical party-based fantasy, not isekai, but it's fantasy dungeon crawler, right? And it was pretty boring. It wasn't bad, but it was boring, dude. Probably give it a 5. I'm a noble on the brink of ruin, so I might as well try mastering magic. Okay, so this one was trying to be what's it called? Rudius's anime, the Mushoku Tensei. It was trying to be Mushoku Tensei so bad. So this one I really didn't get that far in before I dropped it. I got it in maybe 3 episodes, and I don't know if I even saw the 3rd episode, but at this point I had already seen everything. I'll leave it like that. It's like I had seen everything I needed to see to realize what this whole anime was. And I don't even remember any of it. That's how bad it was. So, yeah. So generic that I could already see the entire plot without even watching it. Yeah, I would not even recommend. Probably give this one like a freaking 4, maybe a 3 at that, you know? So just generic, man. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Another fantasy adventure. So, I thought for sure this one's gonna be different, right? Because she's a receptionist and she's like, "Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do like paperwork. So I'm gonna go kill the boss that they're having trouble with or whatever." And that worked for the first like 4 episodes, and then after that, it just started becoming a dungeon crawler fantasy anime. And I'm like, "Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen that." Yeah, it was honestly at that point it was a waste of time. And it sucks because the main girl, she's voiced by Megumin's voice actor. She's really popular. I keep forgetting her name. I'm sorry. Hi, Derek. How you doing? I'm ranting about anime again. And I feel like they wasted her potential on this because I don't know. She just complains about her work all the time, and then for some reason you have this dude trying to romance her, but obviously she doesn't even care. She doesn't even notice because, well, she's an idiot or an airhead. So yeah, I dropped this one pretty like a long way in because it just kind of started turning into a dungeon anime. And I'm very specific about my dungeon animes. So yeah, dropped it. Wouldn't recommend. Sorry. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. Another comedy romance school, right? So we've had a few of these. So pretty good art style, right? Pretty solid plot, I guess. Not that that's been done before. I'm here to see cute anime girls, and you. Oh, thank you, Derek. Well, you're gonna get to see a lot of that. So it started out all right. The plot I've seen before, and then it started like the plot was like steady, in a way where they're just kind of trying to keep it secret. But the biggest problem was that for some reason nobody knows how to write romance anymore, and nobody knows how to write tsunderes anymore, right? Because tsunderes are like a very, very dated concept nowadays. Unless you do it in a very specific way, it's not gonna work. and it's just gonna ruin your anime. Because for some reason, most of the time when you have a tsundere character, they end up ruining the whole thing, the whole vibe even. And this was no exception because, as you can tell, the girl that this guy's gonna be married to, even though they hate each other, and it's explained later on why they hate each other, and it's the dumbest thing ever. So she's a tsundere, and she's like the purest kind of tsundere. Like, we're talking like she'll hate the way you breathe, and she'll just pretty much hate everything you do for no reason whatsoever, just for the fact that she feels a trope. And I hate that. I really hate that. I really hate tropey characters that are just one-dimensional, right? And that was the whole thing. That was the whole anime. For some reason, they just decided, oh yeah, let's force them to get married for a, what was it? I guess it's like internal politics of like a business, right? They're married so that he can inherit some company or whatever from his grandpa. It was pretty stupid, or it was a political marriage essentially. And I get why they did it, but then everything was a bit too forceful, and then it looks like they're getting close. And this is the part I hate the most, right? When they look like they're getting close, but then for some reason she has to ruin it. Like she still hates him, and it's like, bro, why? And then you're getting to like episode 11, and then they show the backstory when they include, apparently this is her sister, right? So they throw her into the mix. Also, for some reason, this is the cousin, but she behaves like she's his little sister, and she also has like a thing for him. I don't know why we're throwing incest into this, but I mean, I guess we're throwing all the tropes. And then you have she was actually the most decent character in the whole thing, and she was pretty tropey too. She's the typical gyaru that likes the main character. She's like the side character, and she's okay, and she's good, man. Like she's pure, right? Her whole gyaru thing is just like a on the surface look, right? And she was a pretty sweet girl. But the main guy is like, she's like, I just can't, man. Like, I can't. Main guy was kind of one-dimensional in some aspects, and I didn't like that either. It's like, yeah, we don't know how to write male characters anymore. Anyway, so we're getting to episode 11, right? And then it turns out that he had met this girl at a party when they were kids, right? This is starting to sound a lot like Masamune-kun's Revenge, because literally the same crap happened. It was stupid. So they met when they were kids, and they kind of like liked each other, but they never saw each other again. And then he remembers the girl, but he doesn't know who she was. She still remembers him, and when they got into high school, she's like, "Hey, long time no see," and he's like, "Who the heck are you?" And that's the whole plot. That is her whole drive is like, I'm gonna hate you because you forgot about me when we were kids. Are you that petty, man? All you had to do was tell the guy, "Oh, we met a long time ago, like at your grandpa's like party or whatever." And that would have ended the whole thing. But no, we have to drive the whole thing. We have to drive the whole thing home that she's an annoying, stereotypical tsundere. And it was so boring, dude. Like, oh, what's she gonna get mad about this episode? Oh, he like was really thoughtful about her on this thing. Oh, she's gonna get mad because of that, and then she does. Like, man, can we not with the tropes anymore, man? Please. 2006 called. They want their stupid tropes back. Ugh. Yes, I finished it. I'd probably give this one a 6 just because she ruined the whole thing. Like, I get that that's her character. I get it, but do it right. Do it in a fun way or something, man. Not just oh, she hates literally everything you do. Right? Like, bruh. Stop, man. Stop. Honestly, that kind of just probably sealed the coffin of tsunderes. Like, I absolutely hate tsunderes now. We are gonna get to another tsundere character later, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I'm also recovering from a cold. I can feel it in my throat, and I'm ranting about anime. And this was literally like 2 days ago, bro. That's how dedicated I am to freaking being a weeb. I might be dying, but I'm gonna get my stupid rant across. Oh, I love it. Okay, give me 1 second. It's getting a little hot. Ugh. Usually when I rant, it gets pretty hot for some reason. Alright. You can guess what I just did, but yeah, we'll just leave it. Alright. Anyways, yeah, I freaking hated that anime. I'm living with an otaku ni kunoichi. So this one started off pretty funny, pretty decent, and because she's a dork and she just wants to be like left alone. She wants to do her own thing, but she has to protect him for some reason. I forgot why. Right? I didn't even get to when they got introduced to her or this person, or I think it's the neighbor actually. And it was basically just fan service, honestly. Oh, hey Trent General, welcome to the stream, Bep and Conky. It was just basically just fan service with practically no plot introduced. Also, that's a dude, by the way. That's a dude. He's really like horny for like well, he likes her. He wants to keep her pure, but he also wants to get tortured and stuff like. It was weird. Yeah. So wannabe Ninja Bochi here. That's literally that was the whole plot. Yes, anime girls indeed. So the whole plot was basically just that, and I kind of it wasn't for me. I'm just like, I've seen enough of this. I'm just done. Ninja Bochi is not gonna do it for me. Ishura's second season. Oof. Okay, so I had some strong words about the first season of this, right? Oh, I haven't even got introduced to her yet. Wow. Bro, like, these two, I don't think we even saw until, like, way later on. I don't remember this guy. They got introduced. These three got introduced, but dang. Okay, so the first one, I had strong opinions because I didn't like the way they were doing certain things, because the way they're doing this, it's an anthology, right? So you have every episode a character is introduced, and they're all vying to become, I forgot what, like a champion for the Royal Games. The plot's a little bit weird, but yeah. So that's the whole thing of that drives the plot. The thing is, if you do that, you're introducing so many characters that you're doing the introductions before you even get to the story, right? That's what the first one. I wouldn't say it's a problem, because that's what it's trying to do. There is no main character. There's just a lot of characters that are all part of this grand thing. The problem is, when you start getting to the end, either everything happens too fast, or you're so slow that you're going to have to wait till the next season to do it. They were doing it a little bit better this season. But, like I said, it's suffering from the problem of we're not going to finish in time, because the last episode is literally going to be in 2 days, and they haven't even gotten to the Royal Games yet because they're still introducing characters. And then this is a personal like irk of mine. You have some characters that are a little bit generic, right? Like this guy apparently, but I don't think he's one of the candidates. You have this guy that's I don't even know what his whole thing is. He was just kind of there, but yeah. You have all these very interesting looking characters, right? This dude's a mech that's immortal, right? This guy's a giant that can shoot tungsten rods like arrows. This guy has like every weapon available to him and stuff, right? Things like that. This guy came back from the first season. He's a skeleton. He's really fast. All he wears under this is he's just a skeleton wearing a robe. Really boring design. And then they introduced this former JSDF like gunslinger, essentially. She's wearing this whole she's wearing a trench coat and like a cowboy hat. And she uses like these guns. She uses like muskets essentially. And she can control the trajectory of the bullet, and she always hits the spot. And they killed her off in that same episode. This guy killed her. And that got me to hate this anime, honestly. Like, I would have given this one probably like an 8.5, maybe a 9. That dropped the rating down to 7. Just because they introduced a cool character and killed her off. And they didn't do it for any other character. They introduced other boring characters and they're just part of the plot. They're not main characters, but they're part of the plot. They're this and that. But then you introduce this just so you could say, oh, Mr. Boring Skeleton Man is really fast. And he's like pretty deadly still. She can curve the bullet and hit everything. Like, dude, that was so cool. And then they kill her off. Like 10 minutes later. Man, and she had such a cool design. That's what pisses me off, dude. Such a wasted design. And then you have that guy. Like, really? Really? That guy? Like, man. Like, see, you got cool designs like this dude. I like this dude's hat, by the way. Like, he's one of my favorites during this season, but yeah. Ugh, I don't know. That irks me, dude. That irks me, right? I can't even, I don't know if I can even recommend it or rate it at this point, but ugh. Just hated that. Stupid, man. All right. Danmachi's, what is this, 5th season at this point? So this one got its episodes delayed for a good reason, right? They were trying to like squeeze everything in. And you know how I say like I usually get bored of the dungeon crawling anime? The whole thing of this one, it's in the name, right? The dungeon. If they're in the dungeon for like very little, this whole season they were outside the dungeon, really. And I like that. I like that. It was mostly about Freya, who is best girl, but it's her and her alter ego essentially, which is Seer, and she has a crush on Belle, and she decides that nope. If I wait any longer, they're gonna take my Belle from me. So I'm gonna like do my best. So she ends up brainwashing the whole town into thinking that he's part of her familia. Everybody, like we're talking everybody, right? So it's basically a whole what's it called? I was gonna say Truman Show, but not really. But in a way, I guess it is. Except everybody's not pretending. Everybody thinks because they're brainwashed. But yeah. And then he ends up finding out, and then everybody ends up finding out. Everybody's pissed, so they turn on her. So they decide to hold a war game, a capture the flag essentially, type game where everybody basically fights against her and her familia, and it was done pretty well. And I really liked it. I do like Danmachi. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I know a lot of people don't because I don't know, it sounds dumb or whatever, but it's a very harem-y, very like ecchi is. Not really. He doesn't really have a harem. He's got girls in his party, but there's other dudes, and they'll have their own lives. They don't really. You only have like, if anything, you only have 2, maybe 3 characters kind of gushing over it. I guess that technically is a harem, but they're not really too overt about it, right? They're not thirsting that much. Well, she kind of is, but that's because she's literally the goddess of fertility. And other than that, like the fan service, apart from her outfit, which she only really uses when she's in her goddess mode or whatever, this anime doesn't really have that much. People exaggerate it when they see Booba. Oh, fan service. Oh, it's a Gunner anime. Like everybody says that about everything. It's just, bro, you're just idiots. But yeah, it was pretty good. I recommend it. Probably give it a 9. Probably give it a 9. I really hope there's a season after this. Hopefully it's not a spin-off if they do. But please continue it because I like the way it left off and I want to see where it goes. But yeah. Okay, next one. I Want to Escape Princess Lessons. I don't even know if I talked about this one. This one's supposed to be like, I guess almost like a reverse harem. I watched the oh yeah, right, the art style reminded me of Fruit Baskets, and I hate Fruit Baskets. So I watched like the first 10 minutes of it, decided it wasn't for me, and dropped it. I just don't like the princess stuff for some reason. Like anything with royalty, I usually end up hating a lot. Lockdown Level sequel I don't think that aired. Wait, Magic Maker. Wait. Oh wait, I might be confusing these two. Yeah, you can see why it confused these two, right? They're literally the exact same. You have this one, and then you have this one. The main character literally looks the exact same as this one, almost. Yeah, hair color. You have a blonde, or 2 blondes. You have a blonde, 2 blondes. Dark hair girl, in this case, yeah, dark hair girl, right? Girl with the orange hair, girl with the orange. It's the same anime, dude. What? Wait, what was this one? Because I dropped both. I think I dropped both at the same time. They might have been airing at the same time. So, jeez, dude. I don't remember anything about this one. That's how generic this one was. Because you have 2 animes that are like literally the exact same. Stupid fantasy insect reincarnation. You didn't even add any other tags because that's all you needed. Literally the exact same. And I don't even remember this. I was gonna rant about this one though. Maybe it was the other one that I'm confusing it for. Wow. Yeah, dropped it because it was just boring garbage. Yep. Wow, dude. That flew over my head that was literally the exact same anime. Alright, Medaka Kurewa. Medaka is impervious to my charms. Right. I think it was supposed to have. Hold up. Let me actually check because I think one of the episodes was supposed to air yesterday, but it was. Wait, did it air yesterday? Hold up. Medaka, 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 Kurewa, Medaka, Medaka, Medaka. Oh yeah, it was supposed to air when I'm getting married to the girl I hate in my class was supposed to air. I think it was aired the same day. I guess it's delayed a little bit. Anyways. Okay, so your typical. This one was supposed to be your typical like comedy or romance, like school. For some reason, it's subtext, I guess. So the whole plot of this, right? I'm gonna explain this in a very, very simple way, right? So main girl here, everybody loves main girl because she's main girl and she's adorable and cute and stuff, right? Everybody likes her except this guy because he's trying to be a monk, so he wants to like keep the impure thoughts out and stuff like that, right? So the whole anime, she's just trying to get him to look at her and be like, to fall for her charm, essentially. Not fall in love, to fall for her charm. And then like later on, you could tell that they both kind of start liking each other in a way. Kind of, in a way, really. She's more obvious. He doesn't really care. Also, I just hate his design. I don't know why. I hate the spiky hair. The main character, the other characters don't really matter too much except her. Her, why that's tiny? Because because she likes him, and she's like legit. She like legit likes him in like a proper way, you know. Kind of like the Gyaru girl in the other one, where she likes him and it's true love, but the other one not really. Her, I don't remember her. Oh, she I think was her friend. Yeah, she's her wingman. She's her childhood friend, and she's her like biggest fan. She's like also the wingman. So yeah. And what I hated the most about this one was that she was trying to force him essentially the whole anime to like look her way, and that really bothered me, because if you don't do that right, if there even is a way to do it right, it just kind of spoils the whole anime. It ends up very gimmicky, and that's exactly what ruined this for me, because she's doing this out of her pure self-interest, because she wants everybody to fall for her charm, and that's it. Like, that's your motivation? That's your motivation? Really? There's nothing else? Really? One-dimensional? Like, man. And then they kind of did nothing with her. She kind of, because it's always known that the love interest, the third wheel essentially of the love triangle, the third side, whatever, always fails, despite everything, you know. And I just didn't like it. I just really started hating this towards the end. I'm like, oh, I wonder what stupid thing she's gonna do the episode, and how's he gonna weasel his way out of it? Not even weasel his way out of it. I just don't like the guy. Just don't like him. Oh, trying to keep the impure thoughts out. Oh, can't even talk to girls, man. I hate people that are like that. The Puritans, essentially. Like, dude, just talking to a girl, just looking at a girl, whatever, just being friends with a girl, right? Won't cause you to be a gooner. It won't cause you to be impure. It won't cause the Lord himself to strike you down, right? But for some reason, people seem to think that way. I don't know. I just hate that trope also. So, yeah. I haven't dropped it. I did watch... I watched up to this point. I'm not going to drop it and finish it, but would not recommend. Momentary Lily. So, this is by our lovely Studio Go Hands. Anybody here that doesn't know about Studio Go Hands, right? Apart from, like, Yakuindoma, which is pretty good. And Girl, I forgot her glasses. That's a different story. For some reason, Go Hands has a very particular art style, right? Like, I'm not going to talk about handshakers, but from the visual, you can kind of tell how there's like a bit of a gradient. The shading is a bit weird. So, that wasn't as present in this one. Spoilers for episode 1 to 2. Piss off, man. But for some reason, the hair is like, they decided to draw every single strand, and that was a little bit off. And I didn't really understand the plot of this. It was a bit jarring, in a way. There's a bit of like a post-apocalyptic thing. And then it turns out that the leader kind of dies in the second episode. Like, she gets stabbed in the chest by the monsters or whatever they are. I don't even remember what they look like. It's made out of, like, parts or whatever. And then she gets stabbed in the stomach and dies that same episode. And I'm like, what? That's it? Really? Did she just kill her off? Okay. So I don't know what happened after that, because I watched 3 episodes and I cut off like the 3rd one at that, and apparently it's still ongoing. It's going for a 13th episode. Momentarily special 14th episode. Oh, it's getting a 14th episode too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I dropped this one because I honestly don't like the way Gohan's animates stuff, and the plot was so weird. I just dropped it. So yeah, just dropped, man. I didn't watch Happy Marriage season 2. I just, I don't know. I don't know what this is. This is apparently of another gay anime, but I didn't even see this one last time on the list. That's weird. But I wouldn't watch it anyways. But yeah. All right, Okitsura fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I just wish you know what she was saying. I think that's what it's supposed to say. So, love polygon. It's more of a love square in a way. No, it's not actually. It's more of a love triangle. Why polygon? I don't know, honestly, why it has romance in it, because it does. It's more of a romance subtext, right? Because main boy here moves to Okinawa, and he's basically learning about Okinawa as he lives there, right? This is one of those anime. You know how I said previously that Japan loves to make anime that are about a certain like activity or thing that is very boring and monotonous, but they make it look cool. So Japan also has a tendency to make tourist anime, where they'll make an anime about a prefecture or an area or something about Japan, about their country, to market it essentially. Which is honestly really smart, because a lot of these really make you want to go to the place and, like, you know, check it out. And this is no exception. This one was about Okinawa, which is one of the little islands at the tail end of the dragon, the Japanese archipelago. And it really is just that. They tell you about their culture, their customs, and stuff. And it's disguised as an anime, right? So main guy here likes her, even though he can't really understand her, because they talk in an Okinawan dialect that's a little bit harder to understand than mainland Japanese. And then you have other girl here, Kana, best girl, by the way, best girl. She likes him. And he translates, essentially, for her to him. And he likes her, and she's, like, obviously gonna fail, because she's, like, the what do you call it? Not side girl, what am I saying? The secondary girl, essentially. So, yeah, those always fail, but, yeah. Did this end, by the way? Yes, okay, so it all finished. And, I mean, it worked as a tourist anime, really. That's all it was. That's what it was advertised as. He couldn't understand the girl he liked, but he did try to learn and stuff. But, yeah, it's a tourist anime. I can't really say much about it. If you're into that, I would recommend it. But other than that, for the general public, not really. It's an acquired taste. It's very specific for certain people, so I wouldn't recommend to those people. But if you're into that, go ahead and watch it. It was decent. It was pretty good. I don't know. Maybe we'll go Okinawa someday. Funny enough, too. Speaking of Okinawa, I've been getting recommended a lot of clips from the Pacific, and I got recommended the clip of when they actually are in Okinawa, and I'm like, dang, dude. Man, if you don't know what the Imperial Japanese did to the Okinawans, man, and people still deny that crap to this day, dude. But look it up. It ain't pretty. All right. Anyways, we're talking about happy stuff now. So, happy stuff. Boring fantasy. This one's an isekai, though, isn't he? Yeah, I don't know why this one isn't marked as an isekai, because it literally is an isekai, like most of the plot. So it's your typical skill one, in a way, right? But he's not really bad at it, though. He's, like, learning as he goes. The more he uses... I mean, it's an ultra-powerful skill right off the bat, but, yeah. For some reason, a lot of these animes usually have the same progression, right? You have main guy. He has a skill. He gets isekai. He has a skill. Skill's usually overpowered, or he learns how to use it immediately, right? And then he starts making stuff from our world into theirs. People become like, whoa, what is this innovation? And then he becomes rich and stuff like that, right? Every single one of these skill ones does that most of the time. And then he starts collecting waifus, right? And, well, that's really the whole plot. Nothing much to it. Some of it was alright. Wasn't really too unique in anything I've seen before. It's okay. And I didn't really feel like dropping it, because well, I don't hate the plot because it's a bit different. Apart from the isekai crap, so he gets isekai into this world by the goddess Nolan, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna give you this skill, but I'll send you on your way." But then she sends him to a year before she was originally supposed to send him, because when that happened, the heroes that the other country summons, that's the neighboring country summons, for some reason they're really bad. Like, they're really just pricks. And I don't understand why they do this in these, like... I don't really think most people, if they were to get isekai like that, and they were considered heroes and stuff, would be evil, essentially. Even if they had power. The average human, especially if it's a Japanese student at that point, they're what, like 16, right? Even if they had the most, like, autistic power fantasy of all time, I don't think they'd be evil. But for some reason, they always portray them to be really evil. And I don't think they are. Sorry, Japan, but y'all stopped being... Y'all got tamed after 1945. You guys are not really intimidating or bad, which is good. I like the Japanese. But for some reason, they always are in anime. It's kind of funny. But yeah. And I don't think this is... Wait, did it finish? Huh. It says it finished, but I don't even remember how it ended. Oh, crap, that's bad. I need to go check that again then. Because I forgot how it ended. Whoops. Anyways, it's okay. 7.5. Wouldn't recommend, though. So, yeah. See, you're starting to see the trend here. How most of these anime have dropped because they're the same trash that I've seen before. With nothing different. Yeah. Promise of Wizard. Okay, so this one... Wait, was it isekai? Huh. So it's not labeled on here, but this one's also I like that. That's a genre, the gay vampire fantasy genre. So I don't know. I think, was it her that got isekai? I don't know why it's showing this guy, because I don't think it was him. It was like a reverse harem. And the first episode just kind of had all of them show up at once, and I'm like, oh, it's one of those anime. Cool. Don't care. Gonna drop it immediately. So I did. So yeah. ReZero. Episode 16 is going. How many episodes has it had? Because I think it's the second cour, right? I think. Anyways, so that was adorable. So I mean, what can I say about ReZero? I really like ReZero. Oh, that's kind of cute, actually. So I do like ReZero. It's one of probably the more well done isekais, right? And this one's supposed to be like really big, like probably one of the heavy hitters, right? Like I said, of the season. And yeah, I'd say so far it's been a heavy hitter. It's a little bit different from the other ones because the other two seasons were mostly, they took place over, the first season took place in different locations, right? They're going to different places. And then they kind of settled. And then the second season was like 2 places and they were mostly settled. And then the third season is just in this one city. So that kind of changes up the little bit the setting, where they're just kind of in one place instead of moving around, which I get it. But then they're fighting a very varied cast of enemies. And the fights have been pretty good. And they're ready, dude. Like the allies, essentially, the friends, they're ready. And I like it. I really like it. So yeah, it's ReZero. Would still recommend. Solid 9. Solid 9, still pretty good. Sakamoto Days. Oh right, so this one basically is getting a second cour because it's just finished on just halfway essentially. So I thought Sakamoto Days was gonna be a little different. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be a little different. Because whenever you have Hitman and stuff, it's a little different. But like all Japanese anime that have to do with violence, they always either tone down the violence or basically just cut it out altogether and kind of disappoint that way. It's had a few deaths, but the main characters don't kill people. Yeah, see, I don't like when they do that, right? Not saying I'm thirsty for blood, but come on, guys. They're bad guys. Just put them out. Just take them out, man. I get why they did it for plot reasons, and that's like the comedy aspect. But like, I've seen it done so many times. But apart from that, the comedy's hilarious. Sakamoto is an adorable potato, and he's freaking hilarious. And yeah, it just kind of ends halfway, and they are gonna keep going, obviously. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, I would recommend solid 8.5. I'd say, right? Yep. Just because it just ends like that. I hate when they do that. Either have a solid second season, or finish properly. Not just, okay, so we're gonna continue this, but we're just gonna cut it off there. Like, I hate when they do that. But yeah, I would recommend. Pretty good. Oh god. Okay. Let me take a drink before this one too. Because okay, so I roasted the first season. I enjoyed it. Gave it like an 8.5. What did I give it? 7.5 or an 8? I think I gave it an 8. So I honestly, I hate Sunraku, dude. As a character, he's just so annoying. The guy spends the whole episode yapping. I think out of everybody in the whole season, in the whole like anime, I know he's the main character, right? But he yaps so much, dude. He just yaps so much. I think he has more dialogue than all the other characters combined. And he just yaps and yaps and yaps. And he's basically a live streamer when he's playing the game. Because we have to talk when we're streaming. Otherwise, you know, stream is boring. But this guy isn't streaming. He's just playing the game. Yapping to himself. Yapping to the NPCs sometimes. Mostly yapping to himself. And that's kind of what I didn't like about the first season. That's kind of what I didn't like about the second season. And they introduced a few new characters that are cool. But for some reason, I get that he plays other games. In the first season, he did play a few other games. But it mostly stayed in Shangri-La Frontier, the main game. They did this in other game anime, like in Sword Art Online. They play a different game, but, you know, that's part of the plot. In this one, for some reason, he goes and plays a different game at one point. He plays like a mech fighting game. And he talks to her and this guy, and they meet up again. They're like rivals or whatever. And then they bring them on to Shangri-La Frontier to play because they know of a secret thing and stuff. So that part I get. And then there's supposed to be a tournament arc, like a fighting game. It's weird. Think of Marvel Rivals if it was Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's open world, and there's the bad guys and the good guys. And if the bad guys do bad guy stuff, they get points. And if the good guys do good guy stuff, they get points. It's a very interesting concept for a game. Like, I could see that working as a game, actually. Probably a live service slot, but yeah. Wouldn't play it, but I could see that working as a game. And they meet up in the real world, and they go to this tournament, the GGC or whatever the heck. Is that a promo or is that the actual thing? Yeah, the GGC arc. And they meet up in real life or whatever, and they do that, and they're playing that game and stuff, and they go back to Shangri-La, or he goes back to Shangri-La Frontier. And that kind of threw me off a little bit, because, I mean, it's in the title, Shangri-La Frontier, but then they're going to play a different game. When Sword Art Online did it, they finished the game, so I get it. They went to go play a different game. In this one, they're still in the middle of trying to figure out how to fight the boss of the underwater world, or whatever it was, the Kraken or something, with the whole thing. And they just kind of, I don't know, it's just been boring. You just have Sunraku just yapping at the whole episode, trying to figure out how he's going to fight the boss, which I get. I do that when I'm playing Elden Ring. You guys have seen that for like 60 episodes. But, it just gets boring after a while. It's just the same, like, fighting thing. So that kind of dropped the rating down for me to maybe like a 7, maybe 6.5, maybe. It's not that bad, but it's getting there to the point where I just kind of want to drop it, and I might. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't see this one. Solo Leveling Season 2. Okay, so I had my gripes of the first season of Solo Leveling. Right. I thought it was overhyped because everyone kept saying, oh, look, it's coming out, it's coming out, it's coming. And it never did. It was basically like the Stalker 2 of anime. And then came along Season 2. And let me tell you, oof, I really liked Season 2. Our boy, man, our boy. I have a lot of respect for our boy here. Our boy, Sun Jingwo. Oh, yeah, they have the cards for the, oh, yeah, they have the cards for his shadows. So he learns a skill where whenever he kills an enemy, he can basically he has a chance to steal their shadow and use it basically as a minion. He has a whole shadow army, and like these guys were all bosses, right? And it was pretty good. Those fights were pretty solid, and I like that. And the whole plot revolved around him basically trying to cure his mom. And spoilers ahead, obviously, this is a recap. I think we still got one more episode, right? Yeah, we have one more episode, but still. So he did it. He managed to beat the boss he needed to beat to get the ingredients he needed to make the elixir of life, and he saved his mom. So his mom is back. No strings attached that I know of yet. No strings attached. Everything went well. So his family was reunited. He did his thing. And for some reason, that one episode where that happened, right? He reunited with his mom. She woke up and he cried, right? He hadn't seen her for so long. He did all this for her. And he cried. And people hated that. The lowest rated episode of all time. I'm just, man, people are just so... Like, you people are pricks, man. Right? Not only from a realistic standpoint, did that feel like a very human moment. And I would probably do that, too, if I had to cure my mother like that. If I hadn't seen her for so long, talked to her for so long, and she's been in a coma, and I cured her, and she came back, and we're it's family again, I would cry, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people would, unless you're some cold SOB. And then he did, and a lot of people didn't like that, and I just kind of like, I'm like, man, this community, dude. If they don't get a fight that's like AAA S-class, S-tier fight every single episode, every second of every episode, they hate it. Like, we can't even have a human moment in this. But they'll like their isekai slop because it's easy to digest. Idiots. Anyways, so after all that, he's kind of like chilling out on the whole being a hunter kind of thing. He didn't retire, but he's like chilling out a little more. He's not as aggressive and as reckless in a sense that he was. But then at the beginning of the first, the first episode, they show this island where these insects like are coming out of and stuff, which I thought was a very odd plot point. I'm like, why is this even happening? It's kind of like, I feel like it was just thrown on there. I don't know if they did it wrong or whatever, and I kind of didn't care about it. And then they dropped it throughout the whole thing, and then it came back because the bugs evolved and they started attacking the mainland or something like that. Because they fly now, they have wings, and that's supposed to be the plot of that now. So they sent all the a lot of the S class and A class to fight the bugs and basically just exterminate them once and for all. But one of the bugs essentially is a version of him. It's like their own Sung Jin-Wo, their own solo leveling guy. So it's this insect that's like a hyper lethal killer, and he's killing a lot of the S-class guys, and he's basically killing everybody. And that's where we left off. He kills it, and that's where we left off. So they're still clearing out the hive, essentially, the nest. But that was pretty good. That was pretty well done. I liked that. So yeah. Obviously, Solo Leveling is probably was the heavy hitter of the season, and it did not disappoint. Definitely didn't disappoint me, that's for sure. Okay, Tasokare Hotel. This was actually based on a game. I had no idea. This was actually based on a freaking like a proper game. I don't know if it was a mobile game or like a visual novel game, but it had to do with it was a game. Anyway, so I finished this one yesterday, and it had its low points. It had its high points. I want to say yes. Bit of mystery and intrigue every episode. So basically, when you die, you get to purgatory, which is this hotel essentially, and in there you basically figure out if you're dead or not by looking at clues in your room. I'm guessing this was like part of the game. So you come in, some people coming and they have their head isn't like their normal head. It'll be replaced like by something like, let's say a pumpkin or a mirror or a flower head. And that usually has to do with what they are or their problem is or like it has to do with their personality and stuff, right? So they start figuring it out. There's people that work at the hotel that help the people coming in, and that's basically the whole thing. And I like that. That's their premise is that people come here trying to figure it out, and whatever. And then later on, after this guy gets introduced, right? He's a serial killer that kills people, right? Well, serial killer does. But he's a serial killer, and he kind of fakes a lot of things. He's a very deceptive guy. and he kind of just tries to mess up what's going on in the hotel. He gets these two friends to basically kill one another. One kills the other one, and if you kill someone, the gates of the ground literally opens. You're swallowed by hell, pretty much. So yeah, you can't kill anybody here. But that was the whole thing. And then I don't really want to spoil it per se, but by the end, everything kind of comes back together, and the ending's pretty good, and I did like it. It was kind of a happy ending in a way. They did end up fixing some stuff, but yeah, I do recommend this one. I like the mystery of it. It was pretty well done, so I would highly recommend. Give this one probably an 8.5. Yeah, I didn't really. I said it had its low points and high points, but I don't really think it had that many low points, to be fair. It had a premise, it rolled with that premise, and it did it pretty good. So yeah, would recommend it. All right, this one is still ongoing because I just watched this episode today in the morning. So the 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Do I even call this a romance, man? At this point. So when the first one came out, I was a bit skeptical. I'm like, is this gonna be your typical like harem garbage or whatever? And then I got proved immediately wrong by the whole comedy aspect of it, and how he literally has to get these. And they'll fall in love forcefully, right? When they make eye contact, and he basically adds them to his Rentaro family, his harem in a way. But that's the funny part though. That's the whole comedy aspect of it, and it's done pretty well. Because it's not like, oh, only like one girl really likes him, or he only really likes one girl, or there's a love triangle, or this and that, and it's got like its high points and its low points, or like, no, this one decided, hey, we're gonna go all in on the comedy, screw the tropes. All the girls kind of have a certain trope, right? Like I was saying earlier, but it's done in a good way, in a proper like comedic way. Like they're tropes not for the sake of being tropes, but they're tropes for the sake of comedy, which when done right can do pretty good, and that's what happened here. So they got the girls from last season, and they introduced, I think, 4 new girls. It's the maid, 2, 3, 4, and they introduced 5 new girls to the family essentially, and they basically took all the comedy from last time, turned it up like to 1,000,000, and basically made everything ridiculous. And it is funny. It's so funny, dude. And like the guy is dedicated to everything. His whole life is to dedicate himself to all his girls, dude. And it's funny because he's so... Rentaro's the man. He's the man. And he goes all out for everything. For all of them. And it's so funny. Oh, man. He doesn't shy away from it. He knows. He knows. He loves every single one of them. They all love him back. And she's the only tsundere in the show. Right? That's her trope. And we actually had an episode this morning where she unsunderifies herself with some medicine that the Kuzuri-chan made. So she's not a tsundere anymore because she didn't want to be a tsundere anymore, because she said the more that she liked him, the more tsundere she got, and the more harder it was for her to basically show affection and stuff. So she decided to take the medicine and whatever. So, but the thing is, her tsundere-ness is super exaggerated to like a stupid degree. In the comedic way, because most of the time when they have the tsundere trope, it's for the sake of romance, where it's like, oh, I hate you, but I actually love you, but I hate you, but I love you, but it's like it's fluctuating, it's hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold, but it always comes back down to basically, one thing, to them being cold. This one, she's just a tsundere the whole time, but like the most tsundere you could think of, right? Like she'll basically tell him like, I hate you and this and that, she'll punch him and stuff, and then she'll be soft letter, right? Like later on, like the dead part. But it's such a ridiculous extent that it works, and I like that. So if you're into comedy, romance, to a very ridiculous degree, especially the comedy, because it is so funny, highly recommend this one. This was a solid 9. Very, very funny. But yeah. Didn't watch Apothecary Diaries Season 2 because I hadn't watched the first one. Couldn't sound like Kentucky's had specials? What? I had no idea. Alright. The daily life of middle-aged online shopper in another world. Okay, so have your typical... I feel bad that I call the Japanese, like, self-insert the Saitos, because they all look like they're named Saito. So this one was a bit of campfire cooking in another world, except the guy has access to, instead of just Amazon Pantry, he basically has access to Alibaba or AliExpress, because you know how you can buy some very ridiculous stuff on there, including heavy machinery. He could do that. So he can buy basically construction equipment, cars, fuel, anything you can think of that's on AliExpress, all the stupid stuff he can buy pretty much. Let me take a drink over. Okay. So that's the whole premise of it, right? And this also falls into, apart from the isekai fantasy, it falls into the I am from a different world where everything's advanced. I'm gonna get stuff from that advanced thing, introduce to this world, and probably sell it and get rich. That is probably most of the plot for this in a way, and anything else is kind of overshadowed by that. And he basically starts meeting girls and starts collecting girls left and right. It's your typical harem stuff. He actually does get married to her though, the business girl. But other than that, I didn't really do anything too special apart from the, access to basically Japanese Alibaba, AliExpress. I can't really say much about it. This is a dumb fun watch. 7.5. Really, let's give it a 7.5. Still got one more episode, but so far just 7.5. The Red Ranger becomes an adventure in another world. Okay, so I watched the first episode of this one and dropped it because I just didn't really care. Cause I don't know. I don't know. I hate the Power Ranger like aesthetic. The what do you call it? The Kamen Rider like stuff. Funnily enough, though, it's Firefly is basically based off Kamen Rider, and one of the songs I've listened to on loop is called "Be the One," is from Kamen Rider, or like a Kamen Rider show, and I freaking love it. And they have really good songs, dude. And I don't know why I just don't like it. Apparently, I did grow up watching Power Rangers, but I don't remember any of it. But yeah, also the guy was just kind of annoying. I didn't like him. So yeah. Oh, enemy. Yes, Gator, you're just in time. I'm just going over the stuff that I watched for winter, and we are gonna go to the stuff for next season soon. This one I don't even think I saw air because I don't even remember. Oh wait, no, yeah, I thought this one was the soccer anime, so I didn't watch it. Totally about Hanaka-kun, didn't watch. Tying the knot with the Amagami sisters. Okay, so this one was the second half of it, not the second season, the second half of it. And compared to the first one, it was a little bit more leaning to the supernatural stuff, where the sisters all had their own thing going on, like their own issues, and our boy here kind of fixed it. Kind of like how in Bunny Girl Senpai, each girl had their own like plot, like separate plot, where something happened that affected everybody or had to do with their backstory or whatever, and main boy helped fix it. Basically that, and I like the way they handled it with all the three sisters. You can tell they're slowly falling for him in a way, but not really, and he's kind of trying to keep his distance and stuff. The whole plot is that he has to marry one of them to inherit the shrine so he can continue living there, but whatever. That usually doesn't end well, but yeah. We also have another tsundere in this one, and she is a little bit annoying. The tsundere-ness gets a little annoying, but she's more doing it because she's protective of her sisters, which I get. A little annoying still. She is, I wouldn't say she best girl because they're all kind of their own thing, but she alright. But yeah, so far so good. Last episode airs in a few days, so we'll see how that goes. But I would probably recommend this one. Ubelbliat. So this one, the first few episodes were interesting. I didn't really like the art style. I didn't really like the character designs too much. And the plot, if you can call it, I don't even know if there was a real plot, to be fair. It was there, but I don't know. And it was a little bit confusing, and then I dropped it because I just couldn't be bothered, really. If you add all that, if I don't like the character designs, if I don't like the characters in general, if your story is not clear and your art still sucks, or if it's just boring, like if you add all that at once in the few episodes that I watched, I'll drop it immediately, and that's kind of what ended up happening here. So yeah, not much to say about this one. Watched like 4 episodes, then forgot about it, so I dropped it immediately. I don't know what that is. Unnamed Memory Season 2. Oh my god. So, I watched the first season, obviously, and thought it was okay. Thought it was pretty decent. Nothing too major. Because then, like, almost by the end, they had the whole different timelines thing that kind of messed everything up. And then apparently this one had a separate timeline too, like 3 times. And it started throwing me off, and that's what confused me. See, that's another thing too. If you confuse me, if your plot confuses me, I'm probably going to end up dropping it or just giving it a bad rating. This one's no different. That ended up kind of dropping off. The relationship was even more confusing because it starts off with yes. He's like, yes, she is my future wife. Then she's like, well, I got to worry about my queen stuff. But then it's like, well, she wants to keep her distance. And then he's like, but you're going to be my wife. And it's like, bro, do you like him or not? It's so jumpy about it. And then my biggest freaking gripe, right? They have royal mages and stuff in his court. And they have very powerful mages. And she's the most powerful human who became a witch. She's the most powerful, one of the most powerful witches, right? And he's really strong because he has a sword called Acacia that's really powerful and stuff. Everybody knows that it's really powerful. But for some reason, every other episode involves either someone trying to assassinate him or her in their own palace, or somebody breaks into the palace, or someone invades their country, or something really bad happens, or she gets kidnapped, or something happens like every other episode. I'm like, dude, are your defenses that poor that these people could just waltz on in there and just do that? So I started losing a lot of interest and started my rating just dropped. It went from like an 8 to maybe like a 6.5 just because of that. Because that just really pisses me off, man. If your characters are supposed to be strong, and then dumb stuff like this happens really easily, and then I'm just left questioning how. Okay, so welcome to Japan, Mrs. Elf. So this one has a bit of an interesting thing to it. I thought this one was kind of supposed to be a bit of a touristy anime, mostly for Japan in general. But it wasn't really. So what this was, right, is this Saito-looking guy over here. I think his name is Kazuhiro, right? Kitase Kazuhiro, yeah. Very generic name, but yes. The Saito-looking feller down there, right? Whenever he goes to sleep, he gets isekai'd into a fantasy world, right? And then he meets her, and that she's his dungeon crawling partner, essentially. But then something happens where they basically end up fighting a dragon by accident, and they end up huddled together, and the dragon basically, quote unquote, kills both of them. But he wakes up from coming back to our reality, and then he essentially brought her with him because something happened to them together. And that's kind of the whole thing, that they can go back and forth when they sleep, when they both sleep together. Not like that, not like, plop, 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 but when they're sleeping. And that really is the whole thing. She comes to our world. She starts learning about our world and stuff. Basically just being adorable. Them two. They're not really a couple. There's undertones that they like each other, but there's, And then she's the dragon that killed him, essentially. And she's like, oh, crap, you guys could do that? Also, you make good food. Oh, I like that. So then she ends up kind of becoming friends with them and whatnot and blah, blah, blah. So this one's very, very turn off your brain kind of anime. Probably give it like a 7.5. It's all right. Still got one more episode, but it's nothing spectacular, Right. Last one of this past season. Senshuu. So, this one was done by Mappa, so I had high hopes. So far, I have not been disappointed because I like what it's doing a lot. Funny enough how Mappa would make an anime about an overworked animator. Yeah, I know, right? Ironic. So, our girl here that looks like a yeti, an abomination with the hair on her face. She gets isekai'd after she dies. Obviously. How else? And she gets sent to the world of... What was it called? A Tale of Perishing, which is a movie that she used to watch as a kid. That she really liked. She basically knows it from memory. And then the director from that movie inspired her to become an animator. And then she ate some rotten like lunch that they're like, hey, this lunch is rotten, don't eat it, it'll kill you. And then she ate it by accident because she was so tired and overworked, because she took on everything herself that she forgot, and she ate it and she died on her desk, which is kind of, yeah, it's pretty bad. Anyways, so she gets sent to that world, and she basically starts interfering with the plot of it. So it's got a set plot that she knows, and she's like, wait, I have this power where I can draw stuff and help out this world. So then she does that, and she ends up changing the timeline. A character was supposed to die. She ends up saving them. They were supposed, like, this was supposed to happen, and then she changed that. And then she ends up basically doing all that. But that's messing with the plot of the movie, and the movie starts correcting itself in a way. So, oh, that character was supposed to die, but he didn't. Okay. Well, now this other character died because you changed that. It's the only character that would have survived this or stuff, right? And then it starts leading to the point where people start turning on her because they think she's kind of causing all this. And the plot itself starts trying to correct itself. It ends up basically worse for everybody in this world. And I like that. That is unique. I do like that a lot. So far it says it's released, but 12 episodes. We're barely on episode 10 if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know why it's saying released. It could be that, you know what I think it... Oh, wait, what? Hold up. What? Oh, crap. They released the last 2 episodes today. Oh, my bad. Because when this aired, I'm a little bit behind because when this aired, it aired with the first 3 episodes already. I hate when they do that. I freaking hate when they do that so much. Because I'm not going to watch all 3 at once. I'm going to watch 1 every week because I have other stuff to watch. I hate when they do that. All right, I'll try to finish it as soon as possible, but I would highly recommend this one because of that, the bit of a twist that they have. Because I don't think I've ever seen an anime like this where it takes, obviously, isekai fantasy, but it changes it up with the world itself is a movie and the movie's correcting itself. Like, that's cool. I like that. Probably would give this one a solid 10, honestly. But, yeah. That will do it for the stuff that we watched last time. That's Winter 2025. But we're not done. Dang, hour and a half of ranting, dude. How can I still talk? So, what are we gonna watch for spring 2025? All right, let me take a drink because my throat is gonna give out anytime soon. Okay. So, starting right off the bat, let me adjust myself because my back's gonna kill me. Oh! I just realized this guy looks like a butt. Anyways, alright, starting off, number 1, or the first one, we have Aharen-san, 2nd season. Oh, I can't say how long I've been waiting for this anime, dude, this 2nd season, because Aharen-san is such a good comedy. These two are the most lovable dorks ever. I love every second of it. So, it's basically just a school comedy where she's a very quiet, shy, very like a kudere kind of girl is what's it called? She's just kind of there in school, and then he notices her, and they just kind of start just hitting it off. Pretty much, they do stuff together, and it's freaking hilarious. There's no real romance per se, which is good. It just kind of focuses on the comedy, which I like. So yeah, they do have some sweet moments though. But yeah, so definitely gonna watch that. Definitely gonna watch that. I love to captivate. This is probably a gay vampire anime. Yep, gay vampire anime. So not watching that. Like that is not even gonna have vampires probably, but I'm just gonna call it that. I'm sorry, but it's true, dude. So many gay vampire animes. Hold up, let me calibrate. There we go. Okay. All right. Next is a ninja and an assassin under one roof. I feel like I've seen this art style before. Oh, they're pretty cute. Girls look pretty freaking cute. Okay. Guessing she's the assassin, she's the ninja? She looks pretty assassin-y. Okay. Let's see here. No gay, exactly. Oh, it's by Studio Shaft. That's gonna be fun. On the way home from school one day, Konoha Koga rescues Sataka Kosagakure The ninja who escaped her village, because they always do, soon pursued the village show up and search tentacles only to be definitely dealt with by Konoha. As it turns out, the entering high school is actually an assassin. That's the Pacino cutthroat coalition. So it's gonna be a slice of life, probably comedy, with no real plot. Okay, that'll be fun to watch. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Does sound cringe. I mean, dude, they all have the same plot. To be fair, the boys' love is always the same real plot. And well, it's like it's not my cup of tea, right? It's not my cup of soda. It's not my kind of snack. But to be fair, it all looks the same. And Shirley, why does this look like a Ghibli movie? What? The Answer Studio. What have they done? Road to You. Golgo 13, Tower of God, City Hunter, Flag. The repertoire isn't really that big. Half of it has been this series that's been ongoing probably since like the 50s. Very old series. And the rest has been like movies and stuff, so that's interesting. On the beautiful Prince Edward Island in Canada. Oh, Canada. Oh. Sorry, my fellow Canadians, but you guys have been a little bit weird these past few days, months. An orphan named Anne Shirley has mistakenly sent to Green Gables, the home of Matthew and Marilla Cuthbert. The fan finds their friendship, love, and happiness in a new home. Come along with a story of pure-hearted girl growing up. Drama, historical. Is Anne Shirley a real person? No, right? This. I like the art style. Looks very soft. This looks like it would be more of a movie, really. Like, the art style makes it look like it's a movie. You know what I mean? Like, it looks almost like a Ghibli type movie. Okay. I'll see what's up. Apocalypse Hotel. Really? We just had a hotel anime, bro. What the heck? Shooting all the shots. Bro, I always shoot all the shots. They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's why I call in artillery. Because artillery can hit a lot of things. Alright, original TV anime. What is this one going to be, like slice of life and stuff? Oh, it's a Psy game. It's from Psy Games. No tags yet. The Earth where mankind has disappeared, civilization had collapsed. Huh. Okay, they haven't really said much about it. Okay, so it's a post-apocalyptic world. If you didn't know from the title, obviously, but it has to do with a hotel where looks like the guests are a little weird. Okay, no synopsis, but I'll give it a shot. Oh, I said he looked like a butt. He's literally butt detective. I didn't even know that. The man is literally a butt. What the heck? Freaking Japan, what are you doing? Oh, Bye Bye Earth is getting a second season. Right. I knew I'd heard about this. Okay. So a lot of people were confused about this anime when it first aired. I did understand most of it about how people grow their swords, quote unquote, and that's basically like a part of them. And it did kind of just end, it just kind of ended. But I didn't fail to understand a little bit of it, but I did kind of like it. So yeah, Belle LeBlanc doesn't really fit in as the only human being in a world full of anthropomorphic animals. No fangs, no fur, no scales, no claws. Lonely and eager to discover where she comes from, Belle journeys to find the answers to the questions of her heart, carrying nothing but her giant sword, the Runding. This is giant sword. It's made from like a tree, I think. She faces a world of possibilities and people. So this is basically the synopsis of the first season. So that's basically just continuing that. I'm not really gonna spend the time to explain it all, but yeah, I'm gonna watch Bye Bye Earth second season. Can a boy or girl friendship survive? Comedy romance school. JC Staff. Okay, art style looking pretty. I feel like I've seen this art style before, but it is JC Staff. They've done Danmachi, so art style looks very similar to Danmachi. Danmachi, Food Wars, Konosuba. Yeah, okay, it checks out. So, childhood BFFs Himari and Yu's vows of friendship in turbulence when Yu reunites with his first crush in high school. Himari, who has never known the fuzzy warmth of a crush, now must confront her feelings. Their shared dreams on peaceful days of twosome gathering, gardening club, and test their fate of love flowers. So So it's gonna be a bit of a coming of age story too, it seems, maybe. It's obviously comedy school romance thrown in. It'll be interesting. The main guy looks generic as heck. Let's see. Literally sitting in the protagonist seat, of course. Alright, we'll see. Adding it to the list. Catch me at the ballpark. Is this gonna be a baseball anime? Oh, no way, dude. Are you kidding me? Japan. Japan. Why? Oh my god, dude. Most favorite anime ever? Mine? My favorite anime ever? I don't really have one. Because I like Girls in Panzer because of tanks, and I like Gate because of everything militarily related to Gate. So technically I have two in a way, but yeah. Bro, oh my god, I have to explain this. So this isn't a baseball anime. This isn't a baseball anime. I'm not even going to read the synopsis because I already know what this is about. So, you know how I said before, third time I'm explaining this. Japan can make monotonous things, anime about very monotonous things, clubs and stuff, make them seem really interesting, really cool, and amazing. Japan has this thing. They love baseball, right? Because when we introduced baseball to them, apparently they fell in love. Which I don't blame them for. Baseball's amazing, I guess. I don't watch it, but I know it's a pretty cool sport. So, Japan has this culture, like idol culture of like different things, right? So, fans in Japan of baseball, when they go to a stadium, there's these like, you know how in America we have the people that sell hot dogs and beer and popcorn and corn dogs and all that. They go around, right? I forgot what they're called. They're like the food people, right? So Japan decided, how can we make this our own? So they basically made them idols. So each stadium has its own like little group of like the drink girls, the food girls, and they're basically like kind of treated as idols by the fans. And you go, and it's your favorite, like, you know, the people support their favorite girls that do this. I am not kidding when I say this, dude. Look it up. This is an actual thing of Japanese baseball culture for like the fans. And I think it's probably one of the coolest things ever. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. I might give it a shot, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be too interesting, maybe? But we'll see, because it's a very interesting premise for something really obscure that not a lot of people in the West know about. I only know about it because I've been in this community for way too long. And because I saw a short on Twitter about this. So that's funny. Not the anime, like the actual thing. And it's so Japan, okay? To escape this tiring job, Wari Murata finds escape at a nearby baseball stadium. While the games are thrilling, it's Ruriko. Okay, so the guy, that's the guy. That looks like Senpai from Nagatoro. And the Ruriko is the Gyaru. The Gyaru is cold as beer she serves, but secretly a sweetheart, keeps coming back. There's the idol culture part. As her first regular, Murata discovers the warmth behind her frosty demeanor, and her hilarious, heartwarming encounters light up the ballpark and maybe even their hearts. So, man, I can't believe they made an anime about this. If anything, I can't believe they took so long to make an anime about this, because they had potential. But okay, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, just because it sounds ridiculous, even though it's a real life thing. But okay, classic stars. Before we click on this one, is it gonna be a gay music club anime? Just from the visuals. It's a gay music anime. Awesome. Don't care. Not gonna watch that. For some reason, that's also very common. Okay, Cocoon. One summer of girlhood. School friends San and Mayu must navigate the front lines where their school becomes a war zone or passively choose. What? Drama, historical, military. What? Oh, you're just throwing that at me right away. Oh, what? Oh, dude, this is set during the war. Yeah, those are IJN soldiers. Oh, man. You know what the art style reminds me a heck of a lot of? Grave of the Fireflies. And a little bit like the older Ghibli stuff, too. Very, like, classic look. I like it. With the warm lighting and stuff. Okay. This one I will definitely watch. because we have not gotten a serious historical or military anime in a while, and this one sounds like it might be that. And judging from the... Oh, wow, this studio's only done this anime. Wow. Okay. All right, let's see how good it is. It is a TV special, though, so... Oh, it's a movie. Oh, it's straight up just a movie. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It comes out very soon, but considering the way we get movies over here in our ports, essentially, on the high seas, it might be a while before I even get it. We'll see, we'll see. But I definitely want to watch this one. We might do a watch-along, actually. You know what? That'd be a good idea. I just have to get the theater set up, but yeah. Okay, it's been a while since we had anything historical or military that's actually properly serious. So, okay. Definitely watching that. Alright, Compass. Hashtag Compass 2.0 animation project. Okay, the combat... The Combat Providence Analysis Team Compass 2.0. Heroes gather alongside human partners in a dreamlike space. Oh, it's a game anime. The heroes here have to keep fighting to produce enough energy to keep the system running. One hero named 13 is a troublemaker, refuses to find a partner. When 13 is nearly kicked out, a new player named Jin agrees to join him. Can they bring peace to the world of Compass? Okay. Judging by the visuals, I don't really think I'm going to watch this one. Because for some reason Is that a freaking murder drone? What the heck? That looks like it's Hatsune Miku mixed with a murder drone mixed with Jenny the teenage robot. And they have a race queen for some reason. Yeah, game anime just haven't... I was thinking the same thing. I knew you were there, Derek. I knew you were just waiting for that. See, the thing is, game anime for me just... as a gamer myself, as a very endangered species and a very marginalized group, that is the gamers. For some reason, gaming anime just don't do it for me. And usually the strategy game ones don't really do it for me either, especially because usually they pull some bull crap and the guy's like, oh, he's super smart, right? When, let's be honest, a lot of us gamers are freaking stupid. We play games for crying out loud, guys. It burns our brains. Man. Everyday Host Club. It's going to be one of these short ones. Oh, this one's probably going to be a comedy Host Club gay anime. A lot of gay anime this season. Okay, I'm going to watch it. Ooh. Fellas, I think we found our heavy hitter for the season. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, okay. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but that looks terrifying. Okay. So Fire Force is getting its 3rd season. I don't remember how the 2nd season ended that much, but I think they turned out the stakes a lot. Okay. See, I really liked Fire Force when it came out. I know people complain about the fan service, but it's not even that bad. And it's just one character. And like, come on, guys. Like, really? That's going to ruin the whole anime for you? If one tidbit of fan service does it for you, that ruins the whole anime for you, then maybe you shouldn't be watching anime. Alright? I do too. Sometimes fan service does put me off, but it won't put me off for the whole thing, right? It won't cause me to drop an anime too much. It has before, but only if it's like done in a stupid way or if it's that excessive, right? Like High School DxD. Anyways, so from the looks of this, from looks of whatever that thing is, it's gonna get bad. I'm not gonna bother reading the synopsis because I already know it. Anybody that doesn't know it, well, you probably have seen the first 2 seasons. Fire Force season 1 to 3. Oh wow, David Production, the ones that are doing this, actually animated the original JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the remake, 2012 remake, and Stardust Crusaders, and pretty much everything else JoJo related, it seems. So the animation's gonna be solid. Okay, I had no idea. Wow. All right, so that's gonna be the heavy hitter for the season then, probably. The big boy, Food for the Soul, is gonna be a food anime. Gourmet. Yep. Okay. Usually pretty hit and miss. Usually you just watch these for like relaxation and for the cute girls to like make you feel a little better. So original anime of the daily lives of the 5 new undergrad college girls. They live delicious, want to have lots of fun together, study hard, become Well, it's by PA Works, so that's good. I don't think I've seen like a proper, what do you call it? Like a nice, just chill anime, like just to relax. Man, PA Works does so much good stuff. Yeah, most of the time it's either the trash isekai that I have to complain about, or just something that doesn't really do it for me, like school stuff. But a comfy one, I'll watch it. It's been a while since I've seen a comfy stuff. From old country bumpkin to master swordsman. Ooh, action fantasy adventure. Okay, Beryl Guardian, self-proclaimed humble old man, is a sword instructor. His dojo ruled Backwater Village. In his younger years, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but these days long been. He receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as a special instructor for Knights of the Baron. Beryl travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students. And even an adventurer who's attained the highest guild rank. Blah 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 blah. Cool, you don't need him anywhere. Can Beryl look to okay. Old man doesn't really. Ooh, okay. Old man doesn't look too like grizzled, but he looks like he's like in his 30s, maybe early 40s. That's cool. See, I kind of noticed that Japan doesn't really do that much when they have like their OG sans essentially, right? Even though he's usually surrounded by like cute girls. Is that Malvika? What the heck? Middle-aged Bucky. Derek! Stop making me feel old. Okay, so we have literally Malvika in her younger days. Awesome. And the dude looks like Rudy as if he was older, actually. Kind of does look like Rudy as his dad, doesn't it? Huh. Oh my god, he's wearing the onesie! He's literally wearing the same onesie I do. Okay, I'll watch this one. It sounds alright. It sounds interesting. Okay. Looks better than Paul. Well, I mean, Paul's a drunkard. Unfaithful drunkard. That's lost all hope. But yeah, I guess. A little bit. Okay, this has no... Oh, it's Studio Dean. Studio Dean usually does pretty good comedies. Yeah, they've done Konosuba and some other stuff, it seems. Okay. But there's no synopsis for it. Just comedy gag humor. Oh, yeah. Probably not going to watch this one, though. This one's probably straight, like, Japanese humor, which we don't understand. Go Loser Rangers getting its second season also. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I did mention this before when this one aired. I did... Oh, geez, Disney Plus. This one did drop off a little bit for me. To the point where I just kind of, like, wasn't really liking the plot where it was going. Wasn't bad. And I liked the bit of a twist with the Power Ranger, essentially, like, genre. I'll give it a shot. I just hope the plot goes in a better direction than it did before. Because I didn't really enjoy the plot too much. Apparently, Guilty Gear is getting its own anime? Thing is, though, is Bridget... We're getting Bridget. What? And this dude that looks like a really buff Bridget. Okay. Is this going to be like a one-off thing, though? We don't know yet. But I'll have to watch the trailer and stuff to see, because I don't really play Guilty Gear. But I have seen some stuff of like the character and stuff, and we like Bridget because Bridget's adorable. And yeah. But like I like the memes of this game too. Yeah. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Don't know what this is. Probably like a kids anime though, right? Yeah, that's a kids anime. Another gay music anime. Awesome. Not gonna watch it. Like, bro, like one thing I'm gonna say about these, right? You can always tell which characters are like a trope, right? This is obviously the main character. He's kind of like a soft boy, essentially. This guy's like the more cooler, rebellious type. This guy's like the bit of a cold, almost like a rival to the main guy. You have the cool, sporty guy. You have the chilled tea drinker with the long hair kind of guy. And then you have the intellectual with the glasses. It's always the tropes, dude. And these do it the worst. That's why I hate these idol ones most of the time. They're so tropey. Why is this on here still? Why is this here still? Oh, please don't tell me it's getting a second core. Oh, I hope it's not getting a second core. Because it says that. It's getting a second core. Oh, my boy. Okay. Okay, well. That long name. Yes, Derek. Yes, it's as bad as it is. All right. I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Okay. Quite the claim. Airs in like 2 days. 2-episode feature, it seems. So Darth Vader. I mean, it seems like it. After a life of honesty left behind, them betrayed, Liam is reborn to a vast interstellar. Oh, it's a reincarnation when it seems. Be the galaxy's worst evil lord, but no matter how hard he tries to be tyrant, his wicked plans keep Bayek firing in peace, persuading like the chaos. Okay, so oh man, that's just. Why does he look so generic and boring? Why does everyone else look so generic and boring? Sounds like me trying to be evil. I know, Derek, but when you try to be evil, you just Derek, when you're the least evil person I know. Yes, literally Optimus Prime, evil Optimus Prime. Derek, your version of evil would be like, I don't know, dude. I just can't. I just can't. Right? Man, he looks so boring. Okay. I'll check it out, but I have no hopes for this one. One of the problems I have, too, I don't know why Japan's so afraid of this, right? It's very, very rare that we have a main character that's either an anti-hero or a straight-up villain that is actually a hero, like anti-hero, or a villain that's, that fits that role, like, properly. Not, he's the bad guy, but he's goofy about it, or he's like, oh, I'm so evil, but what he does isn't evil. No, like, give me a guy that will actually kill people. Like, you can't. It's so rare, and it's hasn't been really been done. There was one a few seasons ago, but that one was just trash. The whole plot was kind of trash. I didn't really like it. But you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. Japan, make a dictator anime. Yeah, just go all out. You guys have experience of it, even though you're trying to hide your history, right? Everybody knows the Japanese love to deny their history, but come on. You guys are so proud of your ninjas and your samurais and everything else. I get you shouldn't be proud of what the Imperial Japanese did. But, I mean, you guys have the experience. Make an anime about a bad guy that is actually bad. Not a demon lord, right? Not a character that's a villainess. No. Give me a guy that'll actually, like, straight up commit genocide. Or execute prisoners. Or, do something bad for once. Because, bruh, I'm so sick of everybody being so soft these days. So, guys, if Japan doesn't step up, then I will. I'll make my own war crimes anime. Alright, speaking of happy stuff. Happy Teddy! Studio Teddy! I didn't even know there was a Studio Teddy. Oh, so they're not the ones that did the first season. Interesting. Yes, trigger the Westerners. Exactly, dude. Make an anime that'll trigger me, dude. That's right. I don't think there's been an anime that's triggered me ever, like in a non-funny way, but okay. Okay, so I did watch the first season of Killing Slimes for 300 Years. I freaking love it. I love all the characters in this anime, dude. They're so lovable. This is one of my guilty pleasure animes. I'm gonna sit down, watch it, and feel better kind of animes. I don't mean all Westerners, but I know, Derek. I know. This is the anime I come back to watch after I just raided an enemy camp and shot everybody in the head. Jeez, that's brutal. So that's gonna be the rest of the stream. There's gonna be a tone. Oh, okay. But yeah, I really like this anime. It is your fantasy isekai reincarnation stuff, but she kind of basically maxed out what she can do. She's been killing slimes for so many years that she's like super OP. And she's just like, I just want to live, man. And I love her. I think she's voiced by the same actress that does Tanya, I think. Which is very interesting. Which I hope that's on this list. But we'll see. Okay. Kowloon generic. What kind of stupid name is that? What? This art style looks very What's that anime called? Before I look at the studio, I want to guess the anime. Was it Waiting for the Rain? I think. Returner's magic should be special. Monster Girl Doctor. Oh no, it's not on here. Wow. Really? Hold up. Let me look at that. Let me look at that up. Okay. Waiting for the Rain anime. Was it this one? No, what the heck is this? No, I don't know what this is. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. This is another romance anime. Okay, well, interesting. Oh, I didn't read the synopsis. Struck by a reality that they didn't wish for, some asked, do I not exist in this world? Can they confirm their own presence in Kowloon's? And they can even smell and taste in this town filled with secrets. Kujirai doubts her own existence. Each day is painful, but will be. Huh? Romance sci-fi work. I mean, it doesn't really show much. And Kowloon, I mean, this gives me like Chinese aesthetic vibes, but I'll check it out and see what's up. Okay. Lazarus. Oh, I think I've heard of this one. The year is the future, 2052, like 25 years from now, which is probably not going to be that different. An era of unprecedented peace and prosperity prevails across the globe. Oh, I guess it's not cyberpunk. Okay. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from sickness and pain. Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle cure-all drug, no apparent drawbacks, called the Hapuna. Hapuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after the doctor vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned, this time as a harbinger of doom. Skinner announces that Hapuna has a short half-life. Everyone who has taken it will die approximately 3 years later. Death is coming for the sinful world and coming soon. As a response for this threat, special type of information is gathered across the world to save humanity from Skinner's plan. The group is called Lazarus. Can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? Devil May Cry on the list, or did I miss a bit earlier? I don't think I saw it on the list actually. Oh, I like the Cowboy Bebop looking aesthetic. Okay. The dude even looks like Spike. Okay, so we have a group of 5 dudes that are hunting down this guy. This doctor that made a drug that cured everything, and then he comes back and he's like, "Hey, yeah, no, it's gonna kill everybody, and I'm kind of bad now." All right. Oh, of course it's done by Mappa, of course. Of course, I have high hopes now. All right. We'll see. All right, we're at over here. Okay, let me see there. A, B, C. No, there's no Devil May Cry on here. Yeah, I guess because it's a Netflix production and not a Crunchyroll or a Japanese production, maybe? Because isn't Devil May Cry done by Capcom or a Japanese studio? Huh. Might be. I mean, I feel like it is. That's the thing. I feel like it is, but, huh. Odd. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to watch it, dude. Honestly. Like, just from the trailer, I watched the trailer, right? I don't know. My Bashi Witches. No synopsis, music. That will immediately throw me off. It's a music idol anime. Okay. And no point. I don't watch that. Studio Mir. Oh, I know Studio Mir. Yeah, they did crap, I don't remember actually. Hold up. Studio Mir. I know the name. Studios. No, let's skip animation. I know the name, but I don't remember what they've done. Makina San's a love bot. No synopsis. Comedy, ecchi, school, sci-fi. Doesn't really tell me much. Oh, she's a robot. Okay, she's an android. Oh, crap. Okay, if Girls Frontline taught me anything, is that androids will be everywhere. They do a lot of American franchise cartoons from what I see. Oh, that's probably why I've heard about it, but I hadn't seen them on here. Me and the Alien Moo. Story of the series follows Moo, an alien whose species lost all their scientists and engineers in a planetary war. In order to recover an understanding of the highly advanced technology. Mumu and her friends come to Earth when they crash land in the apartment. How many times has that happened at this point? And it's always the Japanese. It's like the study of ordinary household appliances. Okay, premise sounds absolutely dumb, but that's not beyond Japan. Oh, like the whole ship straight up crash into his apartment. Okay. Well, this just seems like straight up comedy, so I'm gonna watch it. See what's up. Miru Paths to the Future. Guys, you're supposed to have more than one tag and only one studio? What am I watching? Original 5 episodes. Episode 79, 101. What is going on here? Mibu continuously. What is Miru? What is created? Is this like an anthology? What the heck? Okay, I'll check it out. It just seems a little weird. It only has a mecha tag. That's weird. Okay. Mobile Suit Gundam GQs. What? The heck? That looks pretty cool. I'm not caught up to Mobile Suit Gundam, or probably won't watch it, but interesting. Mono! Cute girls doing cute things comedy. Satsuki Amamiya, a high school photography club member, was feeling down due to the graduation of her beloved club president. However, best friend fellow member, An Kiriyama, encourages her, and Satsuki decides to decide herself on the club activities. Once again, there's a brief camera that Satsuki eagerly bought at an auction that does not arrive. And investigates the seller. She discovers the person who lives very close to school. They find a candy store. They meet the manga artist Harunaki Miya, who asks them to model for her manga. Sus. Former cinema club member joins the Cinephoto Club. With the photography. Okay, so it's a club anime then? Okay. I mean, I say that. I usually watch these, so I mean... Yeah, I'll give it a shot. That's what the Miru thing is. It is a collection. Interesting. Okay. This one is done by Studio Soing. 5 episode omnibus. Ah, okay. Interesting. RDTV. That one I didn't even. Okay, so this is technically going to be their first anime, so we'll see. Oh, wait, whoa, what's this? My Hero Academia Vigilantes. 5 shorts with different staff members and studios. Oh, okay. Not everyone needs a license to fight justice. In a superpowered society, there's nothing like memories. Ah, okay. So this is a spin-off? Ooh, who are these? I want to know who these guys... Ooh, this guy's got like an All Might hoodie. Ooh, Deku's got some competition. All right. So this is going to be about... Wait, Eraserhead's in this? What? He's going to be a vigilante? Also, he has his eye back. Whoa, what? Wait, why is everyone else on here? Another kid in the hoodie. Koichi Haimawara. That is such a Japanese name. Seen him on the wiki. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna read the synopsis. I want to go in this blind. But is this actually a spin-off? I guess it is kind of a spin-off. Okay. Alright, well I'm gonna watch it obviously, it's my hero, so. Once upon a witch's death. Meg Raspberry is just an apprentice. Stupid. Celebrating her 17th birthday, that is, until Faust, her magic teacher and perennial witch of the 7 sages, suddenly reveals she is going to die. To stop death's sentence curse, Meg must create a seed of life using tears of joy from 1,000 people. During Meg on her travels, she collects the happy tears from everyone she meets and gains eternal life. Adventure drama fantasy. Interesting premise. I feel like the plot is going to be that she's going to do the thing. She's going to come back and either her master's going to be dead, or the thing isn't going to work, or she's going to reject it. One of those 3. Seems kind of cute though. All right. It gives me Elena vibes in a way, except Elena did it pretty good. All right, I'll give it a shot. Also, Japan has only 2 moods when it comes to naming their characters. Either they have the most Japanese name imaginable because it only takes place in Japan, or they take it to the extreme and make some very stupid names like Meg Raspberry. That or the names are German. I don't know why. They love the Germans for some reason. Huh. Almost like they had an alliance at one point. More One Piece at this point is just a giant current. Bro, I'm not even counting it at the, like, how many episodes does this stupid series have, man? Like, there's no 1,124 episodes, dude. And I still hate it. Honestly, dude, just you could invest all that time into doing and watching other stuff. Okay, so this anime was supposed to air and continue last year. And it says it's supposed to be scheduled for this year. I don't believe it, honestly, because like bro, they're rebroadcasting it from episode 1, man, and I thought the Blacklist with twice as many episodes as House was long. Yeah, but at least the plot in that is good, and Paddington's a cool character, and it's got like guns and people die and stuff. One Piece just has this idiot being autistic all the time about wanting to find something that probably doesn't even exist. Okay, so they're re-airing this essentially, and hopefully they'll get past the 3rd episode or the 5th episode, because not gonna lie, the plot so far sucks still. The first season was okay. Please put them on, Takamine-san. Japan? Where's the Bucky version of One Piece? The Bucky version of One Piece is me going to the gas station, to the convenience store, buying some snacks, and then coming back home. That's literally it. In which the treasure is just a massive supply. I don't know, Derek. I might just call it, instead of One Piece, I might call it like Candy Piece. That'll be awesome. Okay, so just going off of the picture that I can barely see and the title, this is gonna be a fetish anime, isn't it? Student Council President Takane Takamine is a popular star student. On the other hand, Koichi Shirota doesn't have many friends. That all changes when Koshi accidentally discovers Takane's ability to go back in time and alter the past. She can alter the past by just changing her lingerie. Okay, I thought the stupid vending machine reincarnation was a very stupid premise. Japan, man. What the heck did we do to you guys? 2 nuclear bombs, man. Atomic bombs, my bad. 2 atomic bombs. After some pestering, Koshi agrees to help Takane Koshi agrees to help Takane and be her closet by having spare lingerie on hand. Am I gonna get banned if I check the visuals? No, okay. Is this a Gunner anime? Chat, the answer is yes. This is most definitely a Gunner anime. But the premise is so retarded, I actually kind of want to watch. Oh, man. Come on, guys. You guys did Goblin Slayer. She can travel back in time when she changes her underwear. Like, dude. Bro, I want that superpower, dude. Like, okay. Okay. We could have done without the fetish part, but okay. It's the author's barely disguised fetish, but we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it, all right? We'll lock in. That has got to be the most ridiculous one on this list so far. Honestly, I'll take that over the isekai any day. Am I right, chat? Yep. Okay. Rock is a lady's modesty. Some music one. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. This. Okay, hold on. Open image in new tab. Okay, wait. That looks just like the stupid Apocalypse Hotel's like thing at the front, doesn't it? Okay, I'm seeing the new trend. The new trend is let's put the anime characters in front of a building that looks almost the same. Okay, it's not exactly the same, but bruh. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that one though. I'm not gonna watch it. Not even the Vex saw this coming, dude. That timeline that would have happened when the Vex saw that, they probably just collapsed. The Vex couldn't even handle it. Ultimate Tournament. What the heck is this? Oh, you got dinosaur puppies! And like other stuff, and it's weird, and what the heck even is this? Just action. Okay, it's supposed to be like a... Runtime is 4 minutes, and we don't know. Okay, I don't know what this is, but it looks crazy as heck. It looks hilarious. It looks stupid, but okay. Okay, shush me. How to become ordinary. Wait, which this is... Oh! Oh, I forgot about this one. I forgot this was supposed to get a second season. Okay, this visual doesn't do it good. But this anime, well, it was very like simple, right? And it was a bit like Hyoka in a way, where these two would kind of like just talk, and it would, you know, stuff would happen. Like they would try to figure something out, like a bit of mystery in a way, but not really. Whatever. Anyway, so this had a very beautiful art style. We're talking like Makoto Shinkai levels of detail. And I really liked that. First few episodes, I'm not gonna lie, like episode 2 and 3, I think I found out I was kind of falling asleep. It came out around the time I was really tired. But I did like it because I like this type specifically. The school mystery ones, if they do it right, and they just keep it serious in a way, like they don't detract too much of like the story, essentially. They don't try to be funny all the time. It ends up doing pretty good. I will watch this one because I watched the first and I really liked it. Summer Pockets. Let me guess. I'm not going to read the synopsis. So this one is about anime characters that put stuff in their pockets and it changes their company. No, just kidding. We're just going all out this time. Okay. It's 2 core back to back. So I'm guessing it's going to be like 6 episodes and 6 episodes, or 12 and 12. Heidi Takahara never expected summer to feel like a dream. Sent to Shirojima so to sort through his late grandmother's belongings, he meets the endlessly quiet nostalgia and mysterious girls, each chasing something out of reach. As he settles in the island life, lost memories begin to surface, and he finds what he never knew he'd lost. Oh, it's this guy. Kind of a generic-looking dude. Bit of other generic-looking dudes, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen all these characters, man. Japan, we're having a bit of a original character problem here. See, I hate when they do this. They have a main character that's a male, right? Like a dude. And they don't include him in what seems to be the key art. Right? Like, they have it here, the key visual, yes. But, like, the main visual, he's not there. Why do they do that? Is it to just market it better to, like, male audiences because we don't like other dudes in our media? Like, let's be honest here. We watch stuff for the girls most of the time. Not for the dudes. That's why we watch idol anime and not male idol anime. Because we don't like dudes. Well, most of us don't like dudes, but yeah. Okay, I'll see what's up. Yeah, totally. Derek, I'm looking at you, okay? Sword of the Demon Hunter, Kijin Gentosho. 1 hour special from Mir's 2 Court. Ugh, come on, man. Can we not do this? I'm just gonna look at the visuals real quick. Is this like a samurai historical one? Yeah. It's like with supernatural and psychological elements. Okay. So, here's the thing. I love Japanese culture, right? I'm not an uber weeb, right? I do have a katana, but that's... My dad gave it to me when I was like 5. That could probably be an anime story in of itself. Point is, right? I know Japan loves to do their cultural stuff, right? I respect that a lot. But I personally don't like ninja and samurai stuff too much. Because it all is usually the same. For me. So I don't like to watch it. It could be good. I'm not dissing on the culture. But as Assassin's Creed Shadows has showed, don't mess it up. Or you'll get backlash. They make a better samurai than certain someone. Yeah, I mean... I actually had plans to make a sort of for like my model to have an outfit what's for like a summer festival. That's a yukata or a maybe like a male kimono and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I could even make it work. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have a lot of ideas. I'm not gonna watch it because I'm not too into the samurai stuff. And looking, this one looks like this one might fall into the same category. Yeah, like swordsmen and stuff like that don't really do it for me, dude. Just don't. I'll read the synopsis. Is he wearing sneakers? What the heck? Oh. I was gonna say he's wearing them Yeezys though. Humans fight to protect their land from invading demi-human tribes in a relentless battle. This world is engulfed in warfare. From a village boy from Lag. Okay. After Kai's comrades fall one by one, he's injured. Some recall memories from another life. Can we not, man? Nah, probably not gonna watch it, honestly. The beginning after the end season 1. Are you implying you're gonna have a second season? Ooh. Ooh. After mysterious death, King Grey is reborn as Arthur Leywin on the magical continent of Dicathen. Although he enters his second life as a baby, his previous wisdom remains. Okay. He begins to master magic and forge his own path as the years go by, seek to correct the mistakes of his past. Is he red-haired, man? Is he red-haired? Can we not have an anime that has a very just generic character when reincarnated as Arthur? You know what? Honestly, Derek, that's a very genius thing. I don't know why they haven't done that. I reincarnated as a mob boss, and now I run an underground speakeasy or something. It's always the fantasy crap! And the guy always looks the same. Japan. Like, look at this little dude. His head is probably bigger than his stomach. Well, I mean, that's the case. But look at him. He looks disproportionate. Oh, my God. This looks so stupid. I'll check it out. Just like a rant on it. Oops. The brilliant healer's new life in the shadows. Banished as useless. Already lost me. The title was bad. Useless. Because these fantasy guys are always the most useless at whatever they do. There's no in between. They're always either overpowered or useless at what they do. Self-taught healer from the slums turned despair into defiance. It opens a secret clinic in the City of Shadows with unlicensed, unmagic. Okay, so he's an underworld doctor. Okay. He becomes a legend, but as the power grows, eventually the rope has none of them. He can buck the odds and heal the world. Okay. Who is the main healer? Xenos. Is this Xenos? Okay. The marketing doesn't have him very obvious. Right? It's mostly the girls. Oh, I've seen this pose done so many times. Bro, come on. Can we not have something original? I'll give it a shot, like always, but man. The Dinner Table Detective. Okay, alright there, Lupin. Calm down. Alright, okay. What's a Prime anime? Interesting. Reiko Hosho is the only daughter of the CEO of the major enterprise Hosho Group, which I've heard before, actually. Known worldwide. I think it might be a real group. Hiding her true identity behind her daytime job as a rookie police officer, Reiko comes home to Kageyama. Her butler, whenever she faces being a perfectionist, Kageyama is flawless when it comes to serving meaningful course from hors d'oeuvre to desserts. Sharply points to his lack of reason to Reiko-san. So it's a detective one. It's a detective anime. But it seems like it's mostly gonna be about them too. We'll see. I'll give it a shot. We'll see. Let me take. Oh no, I'm out of Gatorade. Ah crap. I gotta drink proper frickin' the Lord's H2O. Delicious. Alright, where were we? The Gorilla God's go-to girl. Sophia, a timid daughter of a count, just wanted a peaceful life, but the Gorilla God had other plans. Blessed with unmatched strength, she thrust into the Royal Knight Order, turning her quiet days into chaos. Now, she just juggles school life, the nightlife, and her own overwhelming power. Who knew Gorilla's strength would be so complicated? Is it literally a gorilla? Oh crap, it's literally a gorilla. Oh, but no, it's gonna be a reverse harem though, isn't it? Please don't be a reverse harem. Okay, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. It sounds stupid, but we'll see. Wait, what the heck? What did I just close? Oh, I opened two of them. My bad. The Mononoke Electra logs of... What the heck is this? Oh, interesting aesthetic. Okay, it's like a Sherlock Holmes kind of anime in it. Ooh, Tokyo 1948. That's an interesting time period. Just right after the war. Okay. Exorcist. Oh, it has supernatural elements though. Aw. High school mysterious featuring unlikely duo. A teacher and a high school girl about to be. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I hope the supernatural elements aren't too overt, but okay. The Shiunji family children. Quite the title. Shiunji family and their 7 children reside in a mansion in Tokyo's Setagaya ward. Eldest son Arata is tired of being pushed around by his 5 sisters and daydreams of a life without them. That is until Arata's father reveals a shocking truth. Arata isn't biologically. This itself just told me everything I needed to know about this anime. It's an incest anime. Okay. What's the dude's name? Arata. So that is this guy. The generic looking Saito looking character. Okay. I like that they put him all the way in the back so you don't even see him. Shion. I'm guessing this is his best friend, and he probably also has a thing for him. Oh, it's kind of cute. Okay, the girls look kind of cute. Which one's the okay, so we have the intellectual type. We have the mature type. We have the sporty type. We have the shy type. I'm guessing this one's the tsundere, judging by the twin tails and the pink hair. Yep. Wait. Is this guy actually... Oh, no, wait. He's not his best friend. He's part of the family. Okay. Interesting. My bad. Sorry for assuming. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have assumed. Oh, just kidding. I don't apologize. The Too Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom. That's quite the title, and I have seen that plot point before, actually. Filia Adenyo, or Adenauer, hails from a family. Why did I say wealthy? From a family renowned for producing saints for generations in the kingdom of Gertonia. Saints fight to protect humankind from monsters, typical fantasy plot, and Filia underwent rigorous education and training to earn her title. After her fiance Julius breaks off her engagement, Filia is sold to the kingdom of Parnacontas, to the kingdom of Paramount. For resources, will her homeland survive without her? I hope not. Bro, what a freaking brick. Oh yeah, let me just sell my fiance to get some like Minecraft iron and some diamonds. What a freaking scrub. Okay, I'll give it a shot. The Unaware Atelier Meister. Kurt Rockhands. See what I mean with the titles, dude? That's such a stupid name. But okay, I'll roll with it. He's a kind-hearted errand boy for the hero's party, the Flaming Dragon Fang. One day, he's banished from the party. There it is again. Banished from the stupid party. Finds out that he has the lowest rank in combat. In order to make a living, Kurt picks up various jobs and discovers his astonishing abilities. He has a triple S rank skill in anything other than... These Kaiben, die Stufen. Life more than I did. Another overpowered skill anime. Great! Great! Love to see it! Love it! Absolutely love it! Oh, man. Because we can't come up with anything original these days. Oh, man. He just looks like a discount bell, dude. He's got the off-shoulder pauldron, and the white hair, and the glove. Yeah. This guy's trying to be Bell so bad. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I can tell that one's going to be bad. I'll give it a shot. To Be Hero X. To Byung Shong X. Chinese production? Doesn't say. Just going off the visuals. Is that Rappa? What the heck? No. Just going out the visuals doesn't really... Oh, it's Billy and Aniplex. Okay, so it is a Chinese production. Gonna be really honest, right? I'm gonna be incredibly honest. I'm incapable of combat, but I got triple S skills in playing Destiny upon rank. Derek, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be incredibly honest, alright? The Chinese gaming industry and the Chinese anime industry have outpaced Japan in the last 5 years by a long shot. I think because Japan keeps appealing to its own, like using the same slop that sort of works, quote unquote, because people apparently seem to just like it, right? I guess if they like it and it works, then, I mean, that's great and all, but it's crazy how well China's doing. Like, dude, like I'm being 100% honest, right? I think the Chinese gaming and the Chinese, like, maybe even film industry at this point, right? But anime industry specifically, are going to overtake Japan in the next, like, 3 years. Right? Girls Frontline 2 it got top 10 most downloaded games for last year, right? Because it's been out for a year. Only in the West and global, it's been out for, like, a few months, but it's been out in the Chinese servers for like a year, almost like a year and a half now. And it did really good. And to be fair, it should. It's really good, right? Like, man, between Azure and Kantai, you rarely get a new character added in Kantai, but Azure just keeps adding. Yeah, like, Kantai, I feel like, well, the problem with Japan is they're too local. They're too localized. Kantai is very limiting itself on nations. I mean, that too, but it's really hard to play it in the West. It's really hard. Like, they're not branching out. I get why, because Japan's really, they're really, what's it called? Tight knit, which I get. Gatekeeping is good, and Japan doesn't like to expand outside its borders. That's why you get a lot of like exclusive things in Japan that you don't get anywhere else, and I understand. But what's weird is it seems to me like they're eating themselves, right? Like, you have Nintendo, right, as a game company. This is supposed to be about anime, but I'm ranting about stuff, but who cares? Like, Nintendo is supposed to be a powerhouse, and it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago even. But they're eating themselves alive, pretty much. When was the last time Nintendo innovated? They didn't make a stupid, just the same Mario game again. They haven't. Their last big innovation was Breath of the Wild. And even then, it was just because it was open world and you can build stuff. I guess that was pretty big of an innovation because no one else was really doing it. But what's their most recent innovation? Nothing. Oh, we made an open world Pokemon game. Cool. Every other Pokemon game has technically been open world. Oh, but you could ride a bike and it's 3D. Really? Really? The only thing Nintendo's been innovating in is their freaking law division and how they screw everyone, even their fans. Kojima has more creativity, I feel. Well, that's just Kojima, though. Kojima is... See, the thing with Kojima is he is heavily inspired by Western film and media. That's why a lot of his thing doesn't really feel... Well, it doesn't look Japanese and it doesn't feel Japanese. But let's be honest, like Metal Gear is the most anime action game ever, pretty much. Like, it's weird, right? It feels very anime even though it isn't, but that's beside the point. And then in terms of... That's their gaming industry, right? And then in terms of their anime industry, I think that one is, apart from also eating itself alive, I don't know why our JP bros love the same isekai fantasy slop that comes out. Like that stupid Spirit Caller anime, whatever the heck it was called. That one did number 1. The anime and the manga are number 1 were number 1 in Japan. And I fail to understand how. I don't know if it's a cultural divide or what, but it did that good. So, of course, if it's going to do good, they're gonna make more of it. If your product sells, you're gonna make more of it. But that's the thing, like, maybe innovate a little bit, right? The No Life Stranding game he made out of literal thin airs. Yeah, like Kojima will just come up with a crazy idea and roll with it, and it'll be the most outrageous thing ever. It'll be good. Kojima's never made a bad game. You know, he's only really done a few, right? Like Metal Gear and Death Stranding and a few other things and stuff, but Kojima's a genius, right? Because he can innovate, and he's not his creativity isn't restricted. I feel like that's the problem. That's the biggest freaking problem, is creativity being strangled, you know? That's why they can't go out of their little bubble. That's the same problem we have in the West, but I feel like in a way we're more vocal about it and more aware, because we play those games. We play Call of Duty. We've played, you know, Assassin's Creed at this point. We played all the Ubisoft games, Activision, all the big games, EA, Battlefield, Call of Duty. You may name it. What have they had recently? Very boring games, because either they mess up and they do some social justice stuff, or because it's the same crap that's always apparently worked. Well, let me tell you, if you eat the same thing for every day, if you eat the same dang thing every day, eventually you're gonna vomit. I'm not talking like different meals. No, I'm talking like literally the same thing every day for a year. You will vomit and you will die. That is the state of the game industry right now. Anyways, let's continue. I've ranted about that too long. Anyways, Twins Hina Hima. No synopsis. The visuals look interesting. JK Twins. Okay, those are some very odd things. Okay. Ooh. Speaking of games. So. Oh! It's an anime on Oguri Cap. Oguri Cap's getting her own arc. What? Oh, that's awesome. Dre's spinoff, Limited Project Side Games follows Oguri Cap through her time at the Training Center Academy on Journey to Legendary Horse Girl. Wow. Bucky rants are so fun. Helps you get out. It kind of does, dude. It really does. I've been holding this in for a while, you know. Sometimes I feel like it's just, I'm just talking to the screen, but yeah. I kind of enjoy ranting sometimes. Okay, so it's also a bit telling that the most successful games coming out of the Far East have been gacha games. I'm sorry, but that formula just seems to work too. But okay. Okay, so if you guys haven't known, nobody here follows Musume. I do. I personally love my horse girl racing. In the world of Project Recolor, which I've yet to announce, horse girl racing is a canon activity instead of normal racing. Anyways, I love horse girls. They're so cool. So, in the past 2 seasons and in the spin-off, Oguri Cap is always in the background eating. That is her whole thing. She's always in the background eating. So you see Oguri Cap, you're like, oh, there she is. She's just in the background. She's kind of a background character that loves to eat. And now she's getting a whole anime to herself. That is awesome. Okay, let me actually... Oguri Cap horse. Adorable. So the real horse died a few years ago. Died like 15 years ago. Let's see. She was... I don't think she... Did she get a triple crown? Public on someone made an appearance at the video. Yes. Also, let me correct the Center Gray. Pedigree. Let's see. Is she related to any of the other ones, though? Palestine, Masaka, Never Say Die. Okay, I don't recognize any of those from the anime. Let's see. Awards. She got a few of these awards, honors, major wins. Okay, so she won at the Okan, at the Kinen. Oh, she won at the Arima Kinen, which is a pretty big racing thing. She won twice, in 88 and 90. The Sankei Show All-Comers in the Mile Championship. Okay. In the anime, they only mention the Mainichi Okan, I think, and Arima Kinen. Arima Kinen is really big, though. So, yeah, G3. Okay. Anyways, look, I don't know too much about horse racing, but I've looked up a little bit. I've been a little curious, not gonna lie. Okay, I know Ainsley loves horse racing though, so yeah. Okay, so obviously gonna watch that. So yeah, welcome to the magical girl village illegally occupied. Huh? Okay, that looks bad. That looks terrible. Not gonna watch that. Windbreaker didn't watch. Witch Watch. Getting a lot of witch anime this season. Ooh. Morihito Otogi, a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres, enjoys a peaceful, ordinary life. With his childhood friends Nico moves in with him. Nico is a witch in training and chooses Morihito to be her familiar. When Nico is thrilled to reunite with her old friend and crush, Morihito is tasked with the perilous duty to protect her from a foretold calamity. Between the unpredicted chaos caused by Nico's magic and the awkwardness of sharing a home, their lives become a whirlwind of supernatural hijinks and threats. Oh, it's a Netflix anime. Interesting. So this plot reminds me a lot of Familiar of Zero, where the dude literally becomes her familiar, and he's kind of like, he gets power from it, and he protects her, the girl. She also has pink hair, which is funny. But she was like the super tsundere, like one of the originals too. So see what that one's all about. I'll watch it. Yabai Samurai Legend, don't care. Oh, I found an anime for Trench. Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from the other world. Okay, well the title already kind of told me everything you need to know. Okay. Oh, she looks kind of cute. Chocolate Elf. Nice, indeed, indeed. Comedy, ecchi, fantasy. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll give that one a watch too. We'll see. Your Forma. Alternate 2023. Ooh, recent anime. Ooh. The Your Forma, a miraculously smart threat technology initiative developed by to treat a massive outbreak of viral encephalitis, has become an integral part of the lab. These community devices have an invasive drawback. They record every sight, sound, and every emotion their user experiences. So basically, this sounds like if Elon Musk's Neuralink became like mainstream in 2023 or something. Diving into people's memories via the Europhone, hunting for evidence to slow down. Ooh, okay. Problem is, she's good at what she does, that her assistants literally fry their brains trying to keep up with her. Oh, so it's like a mystery detective anime, and it sounds a little bit like Psychopaths, with a little bit of what's the movie with Tom Cruise? The one with the predictive in the future and the crime. What's it called, Derek? The I forget what it's called. The crap. Well, you guys know what I mean. The one where it's the three sisters and they predict the future crime. Yeah. How did I forget what that one's called? I watched it. Not person of interest. I'm gonna look it up, dude. Tom Cruise time travel movie? Was it time? No, not Edge of Tomorrow. Crap. How do I describe it? Predicting crime. Minority Report. I'm an idiot. 2054. Wow. We're not that far off, I guess. Okay, the last one. Satsutabi. That's Journey. When aspiring manga artist Chika's storyboards get rejected, she ditches her desk for an adventure. Armed with a quirky social media poll, she sets off on a spontaneous journey of a random crowdsourced destination. From hilarious mishaps to heartwarming encounters, Chika discovers inspiration, friendship, and herself, one predictable step at a time. Where have I seen her before? I've seen... Huh, that's weird. I feel like I've seen her before in something. Huh. Art style reminds me a little bit of... It's not here. Reminds me a little bit of a little bit of Yudo Camp, a little bit, but not too much. It seems like a cute girl's doing cute things. It's kind of anime. I'll watch it. Oh, wait, no, I remember which. Oh, I remember her. Okay. The character with the hat reminds me exactly of a character I saw in a doujin that I read. I will not talk about that because that is my business. Okay, so that will do it. So compared to last season, this season has a lot less fantasy isekai slop crap than last time. It has a few, but compared to last time, it is way less, which is a good sign. Good sign. It has a lot more what seem to be just normal romance ones, I think. And that's really it. I really hope Lazarus is going to be good. That's going to be one of my heavy hitters, that's for sure. Go Loser Ranger. Okay. Well, it's got enough fantasy crap to basically, you know, a lot of slop for everyone, so that's good. Earn 300 candy from this stream. Dang, Derek, that's a lot. That's a lot of candy from this stream. It's only been 2 hours and 45. Usually streams are what, 4 hours? 3.5 hours? Okay, compared to last season, this one is looking a little bit better. Apart from the heavy hitters. Like, if you don't consider the heavy hitters, this one might be a lot of comedy, a lot of slice of life, and a bit of romance. Nothing too major. I already have my heavy hitters. We got a Hanen-san. We got Ura Musume. We got Lazarus. The My Hero, obviously. And that's really it. Yeah, I don't really think a lot of the other ones are too heavy. Overall, though, like, we'll see, though. We'll see. But, yeah. I mean, anything could probably triumph over whatever the heck last season was. I dropped a lot of anime, man. That's not good. That's not good. Even for me, dude. Even for me that I actually sit down and watch the slop. For the sake of everybody. You know? Someone's got to let them know, right? Okay. So, that'll do it. That'll do it for today. What about the Apothecary Diaries? It's like 2 seasons already. And I know it's good, but I don't want to... At this point, it's kind of hard to start with all the other stuff going on. So, I don't know. I'll add it to the backlog, but that backlog is backlog for the past, like, 15 years, man. Yeah. That's since, like, 2010 I've been stacking... Well, maybe not that long. Maybe, like, 10 years. Not 15. Maybe 10 years. That's a very long list, to be fair. You like that, right? I like what, Derek? The Apothecary Diaries? I never talked about the Apothecary Diaries. I said it's good, but I never got the chance to watch it because of all the other stuff. Man, you know what? I could go for some freaking pancakes right now. Freaking Butt Detective looks like he's eating some pancakes. Let's go for some right now. So, tomorrow, I'm going to be playing the funny card game Balatro. Because it's a deck builder. It's a roguelike. And I think it's by the same people that did some of their cool games that I like too. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, that's for sure. It was on sale for like $3 or something, so I bought it. Bought a few other games too. We'll see about playing those too. But yeah, and then on Wednesday we're doing the Frag Punch stream that we're supposed to be doing 2 weeks ago, or last week. I think it was last week. But we couldn't due to the servers just being dead for some reason. Hopefully the servers work. If not, I might just do like a work stream or something, dude. I don't know. So, we'll see. We'll see. Last season, pretty mediocre, apart from the big heavy hitters. A bit disappointed, honestly. Pretty disappointed. This season's looking a little bit better. We'll see how it goes. So for now, thank you for watching. You're all fantastic. And I will see you. This concludes this Anime Club, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, man. Oh, I could eat some chips right now. I'm hungry. Ooh, we still got some chips. Awesome. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.